Welcome back. We'll let the ads roll for everyone else, unless you're watching this on demand, in which case the ads have already rolled. Today, we got some good stuff in store. We got some new sets, some good news as well. There's a few good little mocks in here as well. I'm going to be showing off. Oh, completely missed that straw. Yes, Doomsday reveals. We are a few months out from Doomsday. Wait, there's a Doomsday stream. Let me pull up the Dooms. I won't pull it up, but I will take a little look at the Doomsday countdown. The Doomsday clock. Wow, that's dark. 4 months, 19 days, 11 hours, 12 minutes, and 50 seconds and 49 seconds. 4 hours 19 days, 11 hours, 4 hours. No, I'm not going to be able to say that in 1 second. 4, 19, 11, 12, 38. Ooh, we got there. I think we got there. That was about a second. If you start it at the R of the 4 and the of the 30, then we got there. Oh, subscribers only mode. I'm not subscribed to Marvel. They used to post too much because they have so many comics coming out. Oh, especially with San Diego Comic-Con. They're posting 2-minute clips of everything. Yeah, no, I'm not subscribing to them. Sorry, but not sorry. Hello there, Moonshoes. Hello there, Tinks. Nice. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. I will take that apple emoji, and that will be my apple for today. Shall we? We've got a few minutes. Oh, the sorting that we will be doing as we do on a Tuesday, trying to keep our parts secure. I almost forgot about. But this is the remainder of that grey tub. At the end of the last stream, I showed how much we'd got down, and it was about a third. It was about a third, but there was a little tray on top of that. It was the Kenobi box, wasn't it? Or what box was that? I don't have that tray anymore because I think that's what I've just put in the bag. But oh no, I do have that box. Gingerbread. The gingerbread 8080 box is what I had filled of parts. And this is the rest of it. So we're getting through the sorting quite a bit. The gingerbread 8080 box, I've got a little bag as well that will combine to make one more lot of this. So next week, I will have cleared that entire box and we can move on to the final one I've got to sort, which is it. Which is, oh, no, there's a drawer. I've seen a drawer down there. We've got one drawer to, oh, why is that drawer down there? That's wedge plates. We need to sort that. Maybe we'll do that next week, maybe the week after. But still need a strong throw and a good aim to keep the doctor away. I'm going to start using that when people say an apple a day. I've never heard of that before now. Now I have, and now I'm going to be using it. Thank you. Strong throw, a strong throw and good aim. What shall we start with? Do you want to start with the good news? Do you want to start with the Doomsday sets? Or do you want to start with the other brand new sets? Maybe we save the Doomsday sets. Should we start with the good news? And then we'll get into the sets. First off, before we do anything, good news or otherwise, let me make sure that I've got the web page loaded. All right. And oh, actually, we will start with the good news because the good news isn't just Lego today. The good news today, there's a few events going on, like the Commonwealth Games. I'm not going to play the whole clip. It's 4 and a bit minutes long. But you can see here, first off, 7th Doctor cameo. How many Doctor Who fans are here? 7th Doctor, still at it. Doesn't look as old as he is, that's for sure. And the TARDIS travels around before picking up the Royals at Balmoral. And then this was the Royals. This is the King's entrance right here. Now, there's not a lot of fun politicians. This is why it's good news, because for this, he's a good sport. He's a good sport. Politically, like, no matter whether you think kings should or shouldn't be, fix the tabs slowing your back. We'll get to those tabs. This I want to show. The King and Queen, their entrance for the Commonwealth game was in a TARDIS, which, sorry to interrupt, but the actual entrance of this TARDIS was like, it's there at the back, but they play the lights so well with it flashing to make it look like, I think I've skipped over like the whole lot of it. Here we go. Nope. Back a little bit more. There we go. It's this flashing and then the TARDIS slowly coming into view. This was amazing. This is like the highlight of the Commonwealth Games so far. Watched a bit of the gymnastics. It's been pretty good. And then out steps the King and Queen. They're the technically leaders of the country. And they've just walked out the TARDIS for a gag during the start of the Commonwealth Games. Come on. Is that not just amazing? Absolutely love that. Good news, good call. Nice, let me bring up the desk so I can start sorting, because we also have, we touch on a load of Star Wars, and this made me chuckle. This really did make me chuckle. I'm just going to move this. I'm going to put it down here because I don't think it's safe on any high up surface. Actually, what I should do, let's do it in this order. Let's take the top off because some bits are going to fall through. We will keep the top up here. How did that fall? You're a teeny piece. You should be like way down. But yeah, you should be right on the bottom. You're a translucent, transparent stud. All right, now we can get you down and start talking about the Spaceballs Expanded Universe. Spaceballs, the new one. Fresh off Hall H. Introducing the whole Almighty Schwartz saga. The Almighty Schwartz saga. Oh, just wait. So we're starting off with, is this phase 1 and phase 2? Very Marvel-like. Oh, this, we were scrolling through this, reading every single one, which we won't do. We'll be here all day. But there's a few, like the Franchise Menace, which is a Star Wars reference. The Schwartz Awakens, which is Force Awakens. A Spaceball Story, which is Rogue One. I like the Star Wars stories, as in it's not Star Wars, but it's a Star Wars story. Like Rogue One was a Star Wars story. I think Solo was a Star Wars story as well. And there's just a ton of these all the way through. Origins 2, I think that's a dig at X-Men that did X-Men. Was it X-Men that did X-Men Origins and then X-Men Origins 2? Or they had like 2 origin stories. How do you have 2 origin stories? We've got the Super Duper Secret Wars. That's a Marvel dig because Secret Wars isn't happening anymore, is it? Secret Wars was meant to be Kang and that storyline that they had to drop. So, oh, we got the animated series. A lot of those in the 90s. The animated series reboot, which is Clone Wars, X-Men. There's rumors of Batman getting a reboot as well, but I think that's an extended series, that one. And then live action with Ahsoka and with, you know, all the different live action spin-offs we've got from the animated series. And then the animated series, the musical, High School Musical, the series, Double Secret Probation. I love some of the references. I don't get a load of these ones. Phase 3, or is it 6? That's a Star Wars dig right there. Spaceballs versus Spaceballs. Alien versus Predator. We got Spaceballs versus Spaceballs versus Spaceballs. Spaceballs, enough is enough. Enough is never enough. And this is 100% how the Star Wars universe feels in Phase 5. The Pizza the Hut. Hey! 2 space, 2 balls. Wait, Fast and Furious up here. The Colonel Sanders. Maybe all of these happen at the same time. Imagine, what franchise has done that retroactively? They've come back and said, actually, it's all... Wait, that's like Pixar, isn't it? Pixar's going on all at the... Not at the same time, but... yeah, it's not the same time. It's not the same. It's not the same. And it keeps going. We got the cookbook, the lunchbox, the colouring book, the board game, the NFT collection. Oh, it's been a while since I've heard of NFTs. Are they dead yet? Or are they still dragging on? The Apology. Transformers. That's a Transformers reference. The Apology. The musical live, the album, the musical, the tour, the real tour, the realer tour, the cruise. They've got a not Star Tour, sorry. What was the cruise called? I don't remember. Nick Fury's busy week. Oh, that's like the first. That's leading up to the Avengers. We should have got a Nick Fury movie of him just traveling around, hiring all of the Avengers, or what would become the Avengers. We didn't know it at the time. Oh, this just goes on and on. The almighty Schwartz saga. And this is just the middle. This is one long poster. They've got podcast. Oh, look at this. Phase 9. The Snyder Cut. The Snyder Cut. I'd love a Snyder Cut. Get Snyder in on it. Let's go. They've announced the Snyder Cut. Won't be released for a few years. And it would be way too long. No one will make it through it. The prequel to the remake. This just shows how many franchises are trying to like really do anything to come out. And they've done it all. No franchise that I know has tried to do it all. We don't have a Star Wars musical yet. But they did announce, and we'll get into that in a second, I think. No. Did we already look over the books? Or no, we haven't looked at the books yet. So Star Wars... Wait, Tokyo Drift. Where was that? The Space and the Balls Tokyo Drift. The sequel to the prequel to the sequel. That's like A New Hope. And then you've got to watch them 6, 8, 3, 11, 2, 4, 7, 9, 1, 5, 10. It's the only way we can accept. And I'm not going back through in that order. We're going to keep that at that because I'm already confused. How many people can tell me the third movie of Phase 6? What's the third movie? Without going back. What's the third movie of Phase 6? Now for Star Wars, what's the fourth movie of Phase 1? What's the fourth movie of the prequel trilogy? If you said Revenge of the Sith, would you be right? I think you'd be right. Revenge of the Sith. Harold Hahn. It really depends where you put. So no, actually, Empire. Yes, fourth movie of the prequels is Revenge of the Sith because you got the animated movie. So confusing. Let's skedaddle. What's this? Oh yes, a new loading screen. Can we just get the image? New loading screen. Who posted this? Star Wars News Source. I saw this not on Facebook, but that's where the image was first posted. So like to credit the source of these images just in case it's been shared a few too many times. And this new loading screen for the Galaxy of Heroes, I haven't played it in years. Hello there, Babalos. And haven't played it in years, but we've got Mara Jade. Mara Jade's the one with the blue saber up here. That's Mara Jade. We've got the Dark Falcon and Darth Ray out at the back. We've got oh no, I went to say Bugs Bunny. No, what's your name? I can't remember. Why is it gone? It's gone from my head. I can't remember the name of the bunny. Jackson, yes, thank you, Jackson. That's the one. It's Jackson. Greetings from Germany. Hello there. Doing well, thank you. Thank you very much. Thor. Yes, Thor. We'll get on to Thor. Wow, Thor looks a bit different. Jackson, the Ronin. Risa Darth Jar Jar. Risa Yusa. Was he saying the trailer? Risa gonna hurt Yusa. That was terrifying from Jar Jar's voice. Missa not be saying that. That's a wooden. But Darth Jar Jar, we've already got in Lego. Jackson, we've already got the Ronin and Concept Art Troopers gearing up for next year. We are meant to be getting a ton of them in Lego. Oh, Starkiller as well, which is the Concept Luke. Darth Yoda. I don't have enough Yoda heads for all my Yoda minifigures. I've got the special torso of the backpacking Yoda that doesn't have a head just because I run out of heads to give my Yodas. So that's something that I'm going to have to Every time I order parts, I'm going to have to see if they have a Yoda head. It's going to be such a weird order. Just all these Lego elements with a Yoda head attached. But I need to get one of those. And Mara Jade. Mara Jade's hair in this. Kind of. No, not with how it is at the back because it's styled off to the side. But if you got rid of the bun at the top of Huxleya Leia's costume, the costume, hairpiece, costume, minifigure, outfit, then the hair coming down the side would be a great Mara Jade piece. Still think they should do that as a neck bracket so that you can still turn the head the whole way. And yes, really excited to see some of these in Lego. I know it's not quite the same. Galaxy of Heroes is run by EA. I mean, so was Battlefront. And Battlefront, we got a load of unofficial Battlefront Lego sets that weren't even partnered with EA. So Lego didn't have to pay them a penny. Not a single penny. And they got away with it. So maybe we will see some of these. And Mara Jade's top of the list. Actually, Ronin. No, I don't know, because I can create a custom Mara Jade. Whereas a custom Ronin... Custom Mara Jade's fairly easy because we don't have a canonical look. The Ronin only has that one look, which you'd want to get as a minifigure. You'd want that to be perfect. Exactly how we see it on screen. So I'd actually put the Ronin above Mara Jade. Crazy, I know. Initializing game systems. Is the loading screen? This is out now as well. I'm pretty sure you can find this if you boot up the game. We also have, don't forget to stay hydrated, some books and comics from San Diego Comic-Con with two brand new themes. The concept art trooper looks like Jack 14 from the Yoda Chronicles, and we do have a Jack minifigure. Wait, let me pull up Brick Up as well. Wait, that's the same character. That is the exact same character. There we are. Isn't it? Jack 14. We can side by side. Split view with current tab. There's the trooper. And here's Jack 14. Why did I not notice that Jack... And Jack's got the strap, which some of them... That's the trooper. Wait, that's awesome. The legs look a bit... The legs are, you know... But equip a riot shield to this guy and a backpack. That true. I think all the troopers had backpacks. And a white saber. And you've got yourself a concept art trooper. I know Cad Bane's... I think it's Cad Bane's pieces work for Luke. If you flip them backwards... Yeah, you'd have to flip them back to front or get a printed face for Luke. And then hairpiece exists. And there's dual molded legs. I think they're exclusive to the Cloud City Han. So they're very expensive. And you could probably get a torso that's somewhat close. But that's well spotted. That is very well spotted, Babalas. Nice one. Concept art trooper. Do they stay split view? They do stay split view. Oh. Spoiler alert, can't wait for the new Cloud City set. What new Cloud City set? We haven't seen images of that yet. The amount of leaks that have come and gone this past year, I'm waiting for images, and I wouldn't blame you if you are too. All right. What about sets on the new books? Do you think we'll ever get a set? Have we technically, like, Iden Versio was in Battlefront 2 story. We also got Sloan, who was in Squadrons, the game, when their minifigure came out. Have we ever got a minifigure that is 100% from a book? Or are they all games and other media that have crossed over with the books? Because Sloan and Versio both are in books. Versio's got a book. Star's in a book. And Sloan's in Aftermath a lot. Sloan's also in... Sloan's got another book. Maybe Sloan pops up in Thrawn. Sloan? So that'd be earlier on. Maybe Sloan pops up in Thrawn. Gonna have to reread that now. Just finished them all the way back to the start. So first book, Twin Crossroads, about Luke training Leia. I'd love to get some animated shorts or a series on this, some fan animations. It's gonna be done whether Star Wars want it or not. So I cannot wait to watch them. We keep the tiles, grey tiles together, coloured tiles together, and sort this mess out first because you're not meant to be out yet. That'll make them easy to put away. Hello there, Bevel. Welcome. We've also got some. Oh, hold on. I don't remember seeing these. The novelizations of the original trilogy will be available as audiobooks. That's 4, 5, and 6. 4 was ghost written by George Lucas from The Adventures of Luke Skywalker, based on the screenplay and based on the story and the screenplay. Nice. We got another coffee table book. I don't think too many of us are fussed about that, but it does. This sounds interesting. The Dark Lord of the Sith, Star Wars Icons of Vader. Nope. Again, wait one sec. What's it called? Star Wars Icons Vader. Yes. How the Sith Lord found his voice. Going into Vader's whole story. Anakin to Vader to Anakin, maybe. What a shot. Clone Wars Anakin and grown-up Ahsoka. We need a what if. We need a what if story. What if, throw Kenobi under the bus. What if Kenobi turned to the dark side? Give us one story with a light side Anakin. All I've been wanting for years is a what if. That's all I ask. Is that too much? Yes. Yes, definitely too much. We've got some other novels as well. I think we already knew about that one. And these two we definitely knew about. These are kids' books, but I'm so interested in the story of this because even though they are, I love the art, first off, and they seem to be more picture books. They're graphic novels, but has the text been removed? Have they hidden it? They hidden the text, so we don't know the conversations. Oh, look, Jackson's arrival. So many good bounty hunters. We still don't know. Let us zoom. No. Thanks. We still don't know who this guy is all the way in the background here. Who's this guy? I wonder if there was some sort of, I think they're called Snaggletooths in the Lego game, based on their early minifigure. Oh, I should put Star Wars with that. Oh, yes. I wondered if it was some sort of snaggletooth because of the snout, but it's not lining up. They're not the same. I can't even identify what species this is. How would the droid attack on the Wookiees have been if Ki-Adi-Mundi became a Sith Lord? Oh, Ki-Adi-Mundi might as well have been a Sith Lord. Treating Ahsoka like that. Never, never forget that. Never. Nothing Ki-Adi-Mundi can do in the expanded universe will make up for that. Throwing her under the bus. Maybe he was a Sith Lord. What about the droid attack on the Wookiees? Hold on. If Jar Jar's a Sith Lord, what about Ki-Adi-Mundi? Said that weird. Throwing Yoda out to the Wookiees. What about the droid attack on the Wookiees? Trying to get Yoda across the galaxy so Yoda isn't back in time to stop Order 66, of which he knows something's happening. Ki-Adi-Mundi can't even make it to the council meeting. I think Ki-Adi-Mundi's a Sith Lord. We're onto something. We're onto him. I was half expecting the camera to cut out as we're onto the Sith Lord. Been there all along, toying with the council behind the scenes. What was in it for Ki-Adi-Mundi? His 9 wives. That's what Palpatine was doing. Got him repopulating the planet, they said. Yeah, right. What planet? He was on Coruscant for most of the time. It's Ki-Adi-Mundi slander. I am here for it. Oh, Acolyte Comics as well from Dark Horse. So this is going to be good. I think this is the High Republic Adventures Pathfinders number 4. There you go, a little sneak peek at that up on the Lego website. And this is the brand. These are the 2 brand new themes, brand new themes that Star Wars has never done before. The first one is horror. I know, Night Troopers, you know those zombified stormtroopers? That wasn't horror. That was just Star Wars. Bit scary, maybe, if you don't like zombies. But also we got that Visions episode that was very trippy, and I thought that was like the Night Troopers, Night Terror, what was it called? That one. Hello there, Semi-Brick fan, welcome. So our first horror Star Wars book, I want to read this because I want to see how, I don't know if the author's done horror and for the other theme as well. I don't know if they've done it before, but Galactic Tales of Terror, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 authors. And it's another Tales book, which I love because they're short enough that they can get all the details in, but not long enough to like draw anything out and make you think too much about it. So I feel like as a non-writer, they're pretty easy to do. In terms of like writing pieces, they're not, it's work. It's work, it's a lot of work, and it's not something that anyone can do, but it's also not too hard once they've done it once, you know, they're in the swing of it. They can't churn them out, but they can definitely do it again and enjoy it a bit more. So I'm looking forward to this. Did the 750 insider points work? I think so, yes. I think they've gone through. Yes, they've gone through. Thanks again for that. What are we building today? We are building. We are I'm sorting out all these pieces that I've accrued in my collection these last couple of years because I'm way behind on parting out. And we're taking a look at some good news and some new Lego sets, including Doomsday. Can't wait for that. Hello there. So on top of the Galactic Tales of Terror, we also, oh, is this the Tales of Terror? There we go. It's kind of a graphic novel or a comic, and I like the style of this story. Oh, we got a few. I like the style of this story, how dark it is, and there's a lot more black on the page. Some more Dooku and Jabba convo. We've then got a Clone Wars design. That's just a Coruscant Guard. No new troopers there yet. Windu and I suppose that could be anyone. We've got the Ocean Moon of Endor. Now this one's a bit creepy. We don't know who the cloaked figure is, but they look like the Trickster from Doctor Who. If you know well, I suppose it depends what version of the Trickster. But let me pull up the Trickster. Doctor Who. Yes. This is the Trickster that I'm thinking of. Oh. This one. Oh. This Trickster. Don't know what I pressed. Don't they just? Split that. 100% the Trickster. Right, we're going to have to open, separate. No, don't add to group, ungroup, ungroup, and put you back together. Okay, nice. Don't know why it zoomed in so much. Was that me? That's definitely the Trickster. From Sarah Jane as well, which I think this Trickster's from. Can't remember how many times they've shown up in Doctor Who. It's been quite few and far between. But we get the Trickster confirmed in Star Wars. You heard it here. Posted your new Vader bust on the community. Awesome. We will take a look at that with the other mocks today. What does it mean on community? So if you're on YouTube, which we can be, and you search, is Master Mouldie going to pop up, or is this going to be embarrassing when oh look, and I'm live. Way, we should watch that. When you're on the Master Mouldie channel page, there is a community here which you can add add your own post to. And I guess I like that on the other account. The Lego side. Look at this freeze frame from a short that I posted. Perfect. That's lined up so well. And you can post your own photos of sets and get the community seeing them. Oh, wow. A rest of the bust for the new Vader bust. Look at that. That is sick. That's what I was 50-50 between trying something like this and building the upscaled Vader. And I had a little look into this and was like, yeah, the upscaled Vader's gonna be quicker turnaround, and we chose that instead. So I hope you continue working on this. I like the material down the side. And does this use pieces from the upscaled Vader? Or is this put together? Are these stickers, or like are these custom stickers, or are the official ones? They look pretty good. I haven't seen the Lego stickers because we built that ourselves. So nice work on it. And I like the angle down here as well. No gaps. Well, small gaps. Should you make the full statue? I think so. Go ahead. Custom stickers. Oh, nice. Thanks for the info about the community. You are welcome. Paper stickers? Oh, wow. That black is closer than... All right, let's not go in at Lego, but that black is closer than the Lego black. So nice work. That looks sick. We also have one more book. Actually, there's a few more slides. Whoa, that's a wallpaper. Someone screenshot that. And some more Bad Batch stories as well, which we get a little sneak peek at. The Bad Batch stories have been fun so far. All of Kylo Ren, few posters, few cover arts for that. The Book of Boba Fett is getting a comic retelling. We've got, there was something else. Rogue One. Rogue One's got a few different covers, and I don't know if these are different stories or if these are, because I think we've already got Rogue One novelization, and then that was made into a comic or a few comics. So I don't know what the Rogue One comics are for. One-shots. Oh, they're just a few different one-shots. That's quite cool. Little stories. And we've also got the first romance novel for Star Wars, the young adult romance novel. So we've got a middle grade horror novel. There you go. Bring in new genres and a young adult romance, which for Star Wars, a lot of it is action adventure. I wonder how this is going to play out, because like romance works in Star Wars right now in other stories. It's a subplot, not really a main plot. So the idea of Star Wars having, I'm intrigued to see what the story's like. I'm going to have to see when the book comes out and get some reviews on it. I'm not a big fan of young adult romance novels, so I don't know if I'll be making it through the book. But if we read through all the other young adult books as they are, maybe we'll have to get onto horror and romance. Very interesting that they've got new themes, but I suppose there's always new stuff for Star Wars, so piqued my interest. And Indiana Jones comics as well. There's a handful of them. There has been a few Indiana Jones stories, but as well as Sword of Pandemonium, they're also going to be doing, oh, this is a 5-issue series between just after Raiders, not between, just after Raiders. And they're also releasing the adaptations of Raiders, Temple, Last Crusade, plus the further adventures of Indiana Jones series that expanded the character and into volumes 1 and 2. So that's pretty cool. A load of new books from the Star Wars. And San Diego Comic-Con also gave us the cast of Zero Company. We'll look at that in a sec. Thrawn's a cool guy. Oh yeah. Tried to buy a UV printer for anything, including bricks. Oh, a UV printer. It's so good, but right now the ink is so expensive, and there's only really one company that's tried it for personal use, and they're outpricing everyone that's following it. So as soon as they drop off, and I think they get, because you can't copyright a printing technique. So something like UV printing, you just can't copyright. But what you can do is you can patent the way it's done, or like certain things about it that make it hard for any other company to do it. And I think that the one that did the at-home UV printer had a 4-year run on it. No, 2 years. 2 years run, and that was last year. So sometime in 2027, I wouldn't be surprised if we see some announcements in terms of UV printing at home, and it's perhaps more affordable. There are already a load of inks out there on Amazon because it's similar inks you can use for other UV projects, but similar, not the same, but it is similar to other ones already on the market. And yeah, you can pick them up fairly cheap secondhand, but it's just that one company that's still got them at the minute, waiting for someone else to do it. You can always read it for me. I like that idea. If we can like transfer memories after it's been read, if I can get a summary, that's the new way to read books. I'd read so many. Read. Hello there, Isaac. Star Trek set you think you'll get. Interesting. I think it's a little pricey for, not for what it is, but what it could have been. It's so big. It's a lot. I saw the price first and I was a bit disappointed. And then I saw how big the set was. Okay, well, that's why it's so expensive, because it's massive. I thought it was going to be a teeny thing. So we'll take a look at that towards the end of the stream alongside all the other sets. We'll be making our way through. Hello there, Rebecca. No worries. On your birthday, you went to Nerd Base and it was amazing. Oh, but you didn't get anything. I bet there was a lot tempting though. A lot of temptation there. So many good things. And the really good things are always, you know, the couple £100 wall displays that forget about money. Even if you could afford it, you got nowhere to put it, because who has space for a couple £100 mythosaur on the wall? That's why we've got the little brick built one down there, because I couldn't fit the big one unless I got rid of half these minifigures and all the other Lego taking up the space, and that's not happening anytime soon. In fact, I got to find somewhere to squeeze some of these pieces towards the end. I wish they broke these up a little bit more so we could have... I wish there was like some smart robot sorting through this that could sort it by color, maybe a bit closer of a piece size. Oh, but there's not. Waiting for the Star Wars Knight of the Old Republic RPG game. Yes. So in the meantime, we've got Zero Company, which does have a date, August 27th. Hold on. Is that sooner than I thought? August 27th. Yes. Let me jot that down. Zero Company releases. Nice. We got the cast of Zero Company, which gives us a look into some of our characters, such as this clone trooper here, Trick, played by D. Bradley Baker, of course. Had to get his name in there somehow. And they just so happen to have a clone trooper. This is sizing up to be a good game. I'm interested in this. Not a big fan of these tabletop games, but for Zero Company I could be, because what game was it? It wasn't Outlaws. It must have been Jedi 2 that had a tabletop section where you could control different troops, and they did bring it into Survivor, Jedi Survivor. Little tabletop battle sims. Oh, there's one of the shield pieces for the Hut Sentry drone we built yesterday. So after playing that, my hopes are high for this Zero Company game. And even if I don't play it, I'm going to be following the story. What would be really cool is if they release this as a book afterwards, and then I can get Tinks to read it, and then I'll know what happens. Am I going to play Zero Company? I just might. We're playing with members. Channel members have game nights every Friday, and we're playing through Guardians of the Galaxy, which that's been fun. So we'll be continuing that on Friday. I don't know how long's left on that, but we're 4 chapters in at the minute, and we're doing about an hour a chapter. So we'll get through another 3 chapters, hopefully, on Friday. And I have to have a little look to see if there is a length of time that game is supposed to take, because we're already 4 hours in. Yeah, it was one of the videos of the Mythosaur, and you were thinking about getting it, but it was a lot bigger in person and more expensive than you thought it would be. It is massive. It's yeah, I suppose with the camera angle, it didn't do it any help that it was coming down the stairs or going up the stairs, and it's just right there in your face. It is huge. I don't even think we would have fit it in the car in one, but you'd have to like put down a seat or something to get that in the car just to transport the thing back home. Crazy size. Worth it though, if you can afford it and have the space. If you can afford it and you can afford to have the space, definitely worth it. If you haven't seen that, go check out the, I think I show it off in building the Mythosaur. We've got a few other cast members. I haven't been talking about them, but Matt Lanter, Anakin from the Clone Wars animated series, they're the two that I remember. Is there anyone else on screen that anyone knows from any other voice roles or honestly anything else? Voice actors don't always stay voice acting. Sometimes there's a few other roles they slip into, and it goes completely unknown to me. I definitely miss that until someone says that that's so and so, who is also, that's when I recognize them. When I'm told what else they've done, takes me a while. Personally, you just want to see some more Old Republic stuff. Hope they make KOTOR again, the remake and the FOTOR game. But short term, hope they release a big SWOTOR update by the end of the year. They're still rolling out little updates, aren't they? Be nice to get something big to do with the modern day Star Wars. Not in terms of, obviously, Star Wars, the Old Republic, the MMORPG is set in the Old Republic, hence the name of it. But it would be nice if there was some big story. Like, I don't want another Star Cruiser, but something Star Cruiser adjacent that could tie some sort of story. Like, what if in the Jedi games we come across this Jedi temple that back in the Old Republic, blah, 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 and then roll out an update for Star Wars The Old Republic, and we are exploring that Jedi temple whilst it's still populated. It's another hotspot. I guess they could do it the other way around as well and just bring things from the game into shows and movies, but it'd be cool if it happened at the same time and we were experiencing it for the first time at the same time together. That would be cool. Yeah, I'm hoping to play Zero Company. It will be with channel members, most likely, on one of our future game nights. Can I use lightsaber battlers in... Oh, lightsaber... Yes, you can use lightsaber fighters. So tabletop is you're controlling at least 4 characters. We can see there's an Umbaran, a clone, a Mando. These all have names. We've got Telray Vokos on the left side. Where's the Mando? Clay Clairvo is the Mando in position number 2. We've already seen Trick. And then finally the Umbaran is Luco Bronk. But we've got a ton of other characters. Hawks. Hawks must be the main character. Hawks must be who we play, because there's a male and a female variant of them. That's pretty cool. Interesting. You're going to have to play the game twice to get all the voice lines. Jay Mordan, we got Runa Blask, we got Kundry Fathom, a Cab Uppercut. Luke, oh no, we said that one. Niche Renark, who is a same species as Zeb. Visor, Bennett Halloran, Mevo, Typhon, and Anakin Skywalker. I won. This is set during the Clone Wars, Bad Batch style. A bunch of rogue, a rogue team that shouldn't work together but does. I wonder how Anakin Skywalker is going to play a role. If we just bump into Anakin on a mission or any of that. What sets have I lost to the bin? Oh, lost to the parts bin. Lost the 2021 PlayScout 8080, the Inquisitor Scythe, and the PlayScout Falcon. I've lost, I think it's the 2021 8080. Oh, yes, the 8080, and then the 2020 like 2 or 3 80TE as well. I'm a big fan of parting sets out and then using those parts to build something else. So if you've seen me build it on the channel, there is about a 80-20% chance. 80% chance you won't see it again. 20% chance it will show up again in a Star Wars movie or show, and we'll end up building it regardless of what I say here. But most of the time, I'll be modifying it heavily and building something else. And the UCS sets aren't safe. We've barely modified Django Slave 1. We've heavily modified the Master Builder's Cantina, and we've also heavily modified... No, actually, with how big it is, I'm going to say we've lightly modified the Salvage, because there are heavy modifications to come. But I'm a big modifier here, so if you like that sort of stuff, stay tuned. Hopefully we can get back to work on the Salvage and the Slave 1 very soon. That's going to be fun. But if you notice any of the parts, maybe there's a sticker that sneaks through here that you think is from a set, it might be. And we can add that to our sets list. Yeah, a lot of them to the parts. Is it canon? Good question. Good question. We'll get into that in a sec. Rebecca, no problem. Thanks for hanging. Hope you enjoyed Nerd Base. It's really, really cool. And if you are a bit further away or can't get there, check out the video. And I think we'll be going back. We will go in every 3 months. I think we're due to go back now, actually. I think we're due to go back any day now. We'll have to work that into it somehow. That'd be a good trip. Definitely worth it. Can I put these beams away, or are they all the way? They're all the way down there. We'll do that later. At least these Technic pieces, when I'm not throwing them around, are on the top. Move those. So is it canon? I don't think we have a definitive answer, unless they do say on Star Wars now if they're canon. Oh, rocket launcher. Strategize and adapt. Do we have a gameplay trailer? Because this is a gameplay clip, so you can see how it's tabletop. You're going to be able to like tell what to attack, when to attack. And this is get to the extraction zone 0 out of 4. So 4 waves maybe. Clone, Mando, Jedi dual wielding. That's piqued my interest. Blue and green. I love that. And then the that's doesn't look like the Umbaran over there. That looks like someone in officer gear. That could be Visor, it could be Jay, it could even be Kundry, we don't really see, or it could be Hawks, one of Hawks' outfits. We might have to be Hawks. 444, there's the Umbaran. Maybe it is the Umbaran. And a little droid. That looks like R5. That's probably not got any speaking lines. Maybe it's just beeps, but there are other characters. Force push. We know that one. That's uppercut. Cab uppercut. That mask is definitely not fitting on their face. How are they wearing that? Using most of the Inquisitor parts on your Vader. Oh, the Inquisitor scythe. Oh, I see that now. With the different angles and slopes. Heard it's taking place during the Clone Wars. Yes, that's why Anakin's going to be popping up, because he's everywhere in the Clone Wars. Anything happens in the Clone Wars, their first thought is, we should probably put Anakin in this. And I think that's the right call to make. Anakin is literally everywhere in the Clone Wars. So for Anakin to have missed out on some important battle, that just wouldn't make sense now. They're bringing out some like random story on the Clone Wars and Anakin just pops up, says hi and disappears again. That's how it goes sometimes. The panelists introduced a game. Yeah, we can read all this. Oh, wait, the score's out already. I'm going to listen to that later. I didn't even see that. I did go through and read it, but I was more interested in the characters. So the voice actor for the Malhawks has also, I haven't heard any of those. Oh, Star Wars Squadrons. Of course, D. Bradley Baker. They could have just put Star Wars. Been in so much. Matt Lanter's from the Clone Wars. Rekka Sharma is from Star Trek Discovery. Oh, wait. Matt Lanter, Star Wars The Mandalorian. Who was Matt Lanter in Star Wars Mandalorian? Maybe a droid? Matt Lanter. Oh, the rebel. You know when they're raiding the prison ship? Matt Lanter was the rebel officer. Crazy. Forgot about that. Completely forgot. JB Blanc has been in Arcane. Who were they in Arcane? Were they the oh, it doesn't say. Wait. Were they the dads from Arcane? Not to base it on the way. I feel like they might have been, because the dad had a similar thing going on. Arcane cast. Oh wait, it's auto corrected. It's auto corrected the name. Oh, all right. Arcane cast. JB Blanc has it auto corrected. JB played Vander. Yes, yes. Vander's the dad, right? Arcane Vander. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Judy's been in Marvel Rivals. And Jim in Marvel Spider-Man 2. Oh, DC Douglas, Jedi Survivor. Who was DC Douglas in Jedi Survivor? Now we've got to know, because now I'm hearing all these things and it's making sense. In movies, shows, what about the Jedi game? DC Douglas was Ravis. Ravis. What? That's the again, rubbish with names. It's the Dirge from Jedi Survivor. Ravis. Have I seen the new Scorpion Funko Pop review? I haven't, but I have seen the new Spider-Man trailer where Scorpion does not know their own name. I'm going to leave it at that because I've got some theories about that, but I don't want to spoil it for anyone staying away from them. New Funko Pops. Oh, there's new Star Wars Funko Pops. We can get into that. Oh, spelled Funko with the wrong letter. Wait, not Scorpion Spider-Man. Come up with Mortal Kombat 2. Are you talking Mortal Kombat or Spider-Man? Because I am ready to see Spider-Man. Oh, there is a new Scorpion Spider-Man. Oh, is that... Wait, the chase is the mask off. Okay, that's fair. And there's a helmet one. And then there's another... Wait, they've done 3 different Scorpions. Oh, is this the San Diego Comic-Con one? Yes, I think so. And then we've got the movie one. That's pretty cool. Scorpion Funko from Spider-Man. So I have seen... How many of these? I think this is... No, that's not the complete picture. I've seen 3 of them. We got Spider-Man with a beanie. We got Tombstone and Scorpion. All looking very good. Can't wait to see Tombstone as well. I need to get these minifigures. Add them to my collection. Because they're Spider-Man characters I don't have. And I want to build the Daily Bugle as well, so that we can display all these figures. Oh, wow. Scorpion's had... I don't know how many of these on Google Images are just concepts, and some of these are customs as well. But Scorpion's had a few Funkos, which I didn't think Scorpion was that popular. Don't know when it comes out. Let's see if I can get a date for you. 1628 this is, and it's coming out 2026. Oh, thank you. Is there a date? Or does it just say coming soon? What did I say? 1628. Sometimes they're up for pre-order, but I don't think... No, I don't think this one is. There's so many 1628s. Oh, actually, some of them are up for pre-order. So they're coming out for the most part on... They're out. Oh, some of them are out. Yeah, but this was the first wave. Okay, I don't know the dates. Yeah, they're coming soon. They'll probably be out before Spider-Man hits Disney+. I haven't seen any Spider-Man Funkos around me, but I'll keep my eye out next time I'm at a store. That's quite fun. We're still not done. with San Diego Comic-Con, despite the fact that Lego had nothing, didn't they? Or did they announce like the Star Trek set and they just posted it to Instagram first? Because I don't think there's any official announcements from San Diego Comic-Con on behalf of Lego. But I don't think Lego tend to... Sometimes they'd have an exclusive for San Diego Comic-Con, but not like a reveal. Nothing that they'd come out and be chirping about. But we do have some Hasbro figures. Similar line to Funko. I'll see if I can find a Funko list, because there were Star Wars Funkos as well. There is a page on Funko, but I'm assuming most of these have probably been sold and are no longer available. Something like that. 29 results. Yep, there was probably that many that I've seen already. 3 days ago. Here we go. Okay, Funko did post them onto Instagram, and there is about 29 of them. So, oh no, there's more. There's more. First up, begun the Clone Wars have. Oh, really like Scorpion from Spider-Man Brand New Day. You don't like the Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. I don't know the Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. So, as a valued member of chat, I'm going to have to agree with you there. Not a fan of Mortal Kombat. Pretty nice Anakin from Attack of the Clones as well, and from Kenobi, the flashback. Definitely figures we would have needed a while back, actually. Now, the robes are material at the bottom, and there seems to be some sort of like fake material maybe around the legs. But I'm assuming it doesn't go the whole way around. Why not continue this the whole way around, or have some plastic robes? Like, why have half and half and not choose? Or is that so that the legs can bend without the plastic breaking? But I feel like the material is going to break more. We've got Padme as well. The heads for all three of these, like, they're better than I remember growing up with for the toys that we got back in 2000s. But they're also, there's something not right. Kenobi's is good. Kenobi's head's pretty good. Anakin's, I think the face is too high on Anakin's, and then Padme's, the face is too low, just a little bit. I think if you put Anakin's face a little down and Padme's a little up, you've got some better figures. But whoa, B2, nice. No worries, thanks for hanging with us. I think the Scorpion from Spider-Man is... But do you think the Scorpion from Spider-Man could beat Mortal Kombat? Is that a silly question because the Scorpion from Spider-Man has a towel that they can just whip around and, you know, stab Scorpion from Mortal Kombat? Is that a one-sided debate? Or is that... Does Mortal Kombat, with all its abilities... Again, not a Mortal Kombat fan. I am out of my depth here. Do you think Mortal Kombat could put up a fight? Or it's all one-sided? Let me know. As well as the B2, we have a B1 Commander. Yellow. You a droid commander? Yeah. Droid commander. Although it probably tells us in the description. The B1 Battle Droid Commander. And Gar Saxon. Have they not done a Gar Saxon? The Black Series. I'm pretty sure they've done a Gar Saxon when Clone Wars was coming out, because we got a Gar Saxon in Lego and they were doing one for everything. We got... No, Gar Saxon... someone got this... Oh no, someone made a custom. Never mind, that's not the right one. Huh, this might be the first Gar Saxon we've got, according to Google. Yep, that's it. No Gar Saxon. Launched for pre-orders on July 27th. So yesterday. These are all up for pre-orders now. Mother Talzin. We need a Lego figure for Mother Talzin. There are no exceptions. Just straight up Mother Talzin. Or a Night Sister battle pack. Because we got 3 Night Sisters in Ahsoka. 1 Mother Talzin. And then I don't think a battle pack would work. A battle pack would have to have... It couldn't even have Mother Talzin in it. Really. Like a battle pack. Unless we did an old style where we get a Jedi. Which I really wish I picked up a few more. Because having the Ki-Adi-Mundi one, that one's not as great. But having some extra heads. Like the Bounty Hunter battle pack having 2 of those so you can create some custom figures using Dengar. You've got the IG, you've got Bosk, Transdotion, and then you can use the yellow suit for the Cantina astronaut. There are a few figures you can recreate using those pieces, but I think that goes with every figure. Yeah, the one from Spider-Man has a Tau. You're back in Spider-Man Scorpion. I think that's the right choice. There's no wrong answers, but there definitely is a right one with this. We've also got Ahsoka and Jesse. We need a Jesse. I've also seen they've done a 5s Funko, which that one's just the default one. But now that we've got through with the Black Series, let me bring up the Funkos. So, no thank you. We've got some San Diego Funko Pops, which are so big that you can't see them. They are a bit small on the screen, but if you're on mobile, you can pinch and zoom. So we've got Invincible. They jump out to me. We've got, I don't recognize half of these. The Maul and Ahsoka are cool though. They're part of a new Kyber collection, which hopefully Funko stick with. Funko always bring out a new collection and then we'll ditch it halfway through and we won't see any more of them. Hopefully that's not the case this time around and they actually stick through and give us a few more. We've got to at least see Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker in the Kyber collection and get a green blade as well. But I don't think we've got any close-ups. Here we go. We've got the locations. They are exclusive too. And I can bet you those Kyber ones, oh look, Mexico, aren't in the UK. I don't think any of these are in the UK. Nope. None of them. Shared retail exclusives. So you can buy them in Mexico and you can get them in San Diego at the Comic-Con, but nowhere else. So I guess there's going to be a few stores and a few people in Mexico that oh, hold on. And Canada. And the United States. So it looks like you can pick them up. I've just realized that these were part of it. Wait, United Kingdom and Europe. They are available. What? Funko.com, yeah. So I can bring up all of these. But I mainly want to bring up the Star Wars ones. I had a little look through. 29. Maybe they're already sold out. Because this was a few days ago. No! Wait. Why is it in dollars? That's not the UK site. Try to make me pay for that delivery. I swear they weren't here a second ago. Let's have a look. Oh, page 2. It's only showing 1 to 20. That's why. So here is the Darth Maul. It was also Forky and Karen. Would if you could. Anyone else rush into their newsagent first thing tomorrow to grab some Marines? Not first thing tomorrow, but around lunchtime I will be, because Clone Troopers, I'm hoping that I can get some. Clone Troopers haven't been popular near me, and I don't think that's going to change with Galactic Marines. I don't feel like there's a strong Lego community in this area, which is why it's so fun being able to switch on stream and talk about it, because there's no like local events or anything like that. I got to travel so far for any sort of Lego convention and stuff. This is cool. This Maul, I like the base because it's around the regular Star Wars base. Full size image, life size, right? Maybe if you've got a phone, it's life size. That is massive. And then we've also got, I'm going to bring this up next to, so we're not going to be getting rid of more. We will talk about the price. Oh, wait, that's awesome. We will talk about the price. They're supreme, they're exclusive, they're expensive. Do we need any other words for it? Whack expensive there, and people are still going to throw money at them. So they are out of stock in the UK. 3 days late, no. But they'll probably be on the aftermarket for like £10 in a few years. I saw, there's a Grievous that is, a Grievous that I haven't seen under like 60 quid. I saw someone selling it for £10 the other day, and I so almost got it, but didn't end up pulling the trigger. There we go, 2 new Funko Pops. There's no Lego equivalent of this, of reusing the same builds in different like minifigures, because they just reuse the same minifigure. Whereas Funko have already made so many of these figures, especially that Ahsoka. I've got probably 2 of the different variants, and there's another 2 I don't. And that Maul's probably only got 1 or 2, but has been seen before. But there's nothing that Lego can do that compares to Funko re-releasing these. But these look cool. This is a good re-release. I'm here for that. And I got rid of the other Funkos. Anything else of note? Some One Piece. There's a chopper in a car, and that seems to be it for what I recognize. No Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, but no Marvel characters. Looking pretty good. Can't wait to get the Galactic Marine. All right, I don't want to join me. Sorry, we're having trouble playing this. That's because it was taking up all of the internet here. What's this? Oh, one of the new Hasbro collections, which I'm surprised I haven't seen a list of, because there were some helmets at the show. But Bevel, if you're still in chat, Bevel sent me this. Hasbro are releasing a thermal detonator as part of their collection. They're moving on from helmets. Nope, they're as well as helmets. They're still doing helmets. Let's not get that clipped up. They're still doing helmets, very much so, but they're also doing accessories. So thermal detonators, maybe, as well as lightsabers, they do lightsaber hilts alone for people that already have. You pick up one lightsaber, you've got the blade. Do you need the blade again? It'd be nice to get some cheaper sabers. That's all I'm saying. And yeah, the thermal detonator looked cool from like the 5 seconds we saw of it. Check that out. It's got lights, it's got sounds. You open it up. Okay, never mind. We tried. That's all we can say. What about SpongeBob? Free instructions. This is, I saw their Krusty Krab actually. Shout out to MB Mox. I saw their Krusty Krab and that's what got me interested. I think I liked it on Instagram and then saw this. They have shrunk down the SpongeBob set. We're not logged in, so we're not going to see a price. Oh, Rebrickable. You know what? We've got a love-hate relationship, and you got to love it. I'm logged in on the other web page. The total price of the parts for this mock is £27, which is expensive for what they are. But, you know, you're paying for that pink Patrick piece that I didn't know until now exists in that color. And if you don't want to pay out 180 quid or 150, whatever it will be reduced to for the big SpongeBob set, this looks like a nice little model. Get rid of the base, save yourself a couple of quid, probably get it down to about 20 quid. But I really like these micro models. Saves me building the SpongeBob house. Someone's beat me to it and done a really good job. We've got SpongeBob, Squidward, Patrick. What about Gary? What about Gary? And is there any interior to these houses? Any Easter eggs on the inside? We'll have to build it to find out. Just before we get into the Doomsday sets, there is one more thing I would like to talk about, and it's this Fallen Order mock by Honda Killer X, which is using the diorama, like I said, a bit swampy, build up around the legs, and you've got yourself a Jedi Fallen Order mock, not a Survivor, Jedi Fallen Order, where you've landed and you crashed or you've jumped out onto an AT-AT, and I think there's 2 of these guys at least in the swamp. You get to climb around. It'd be cool to get a little cow on the inside. Don't remember how many of the snow troopers, well, they were not snow troopers. What were they? I don't think there was pilots, but everyone else was gone. What's the deal with that? It's been so long since I played the Jedi games. I don't remember the situation we're in, but we end up in this swampy AT-AT, and this looks exactly like it. Little splashes on the back. The detail is incredible. How? Oh, and they've locked in this back left leg and the front right leg. I didn't notice that. And the other 2 are just floating there, which is why they look bent. Using most of the parts from the set, it looks like a little modification. Could have even built these legs and had them like maybe both. I guess it's moving 2 legs at a time, like the motorized AT-AT, which is nice. Can I take a look at the Star Trek? I think there was a cool shiny sticker. There was. There was a few shiny stickers. So let's take a look first at some of the new sets. We're going to get back to Doom. We're going to start off with the Enterprise bridge, and I'm going to let stream catch up whilst that loads. Sorry to anyone that the stream has just... Actually, the stream shouldn't be too much a problem because it's loading the exact same amount of pixels no matter what we're looking at. You know, sometimes YouTube likes to go a bit funky. We've got the USS Enterprise NCC 1701 bridge. Now, I don't think this is an expensive set for what we're getting. It's actually a pretty well priced set for the parts included. Some bigger parts, some smaller parts, nice mix of pieces. But I do think, given the fact that the only Star Trek set on shelves right now is even more than this is the cheapest Star Trek set. We needed the shuttle pod as an actual set. The fact that that didn't come as a set means that there's just no cheap Star Trek sets. You've got to pay out if you want Star Trek. And that sucks. As someone that's not a massive Star Trek fan, I've got family that are. And I'm buying all these cool like Star Wars and Marvel sets. And they're hoping that you get a smaller Star Trek set. I guess there's not as much demand as Lego thought there would be for multiple sets if they've just released the expensive one. Or maybe they're not releasing a cheap one on purpose. Release a slightly cheaper one, get more people buying. Then if we get like £100 and something set, this is what? Oh, this is 160. If we got a £90 set, then a £60 set, and Lego are just drip feeding Star Trek fans, then we know what's going on. But I would have liked this to have been a little cheaper and just a portion of the scene. The thing with this is, what can you do to the set? You can build it, and then what? It's on display. You've got the transporter over on the right, or the teleporter. That looks good. That's got the shiny stickers. And the screens, hold on. Why is there a sand blue sticker on, or is that a sand blue window? Maybe that's a sand blue window, because that's probably a frame. Okay, take that one back. It looks really good. I like the teleport function where you've got the spinny base. Let's see if there's an image of the spinny base. So you've got the bridge, the captain's chair, and the screen, the communicator, I suppose, that pulls out. You can also back and front. Oh, that's cool. So you can, what, take half. Wait, that's the piece from the front, and that's the room that goes on the back. Is that how it goes? Does it go straight on the side like that? Or are they missing a step? And there's meant to be one more step in it. Like this is down the hallway and to the left sort of thing. Or is it straight there as you walk down? Because I have a feeling it's not straight there as you walk down. And there's a little more to it that Lego have not missed out. You know, we don't want the set to be any more expensive. Please, no. No more pieces in this set. I can't deal with that. But they could be a little bit more. I think this should have been 2 sets, is what I will say. There should have been one set that was... The bridge could have been 120. I think that's worth it. And then the other set is the remainder. What's that, 40 quid for a little teleporter play set? Yeah, 120 for the bridge and then 40 for the rest of it. I think that works out better. But I'm not going to pick this up anyway. I do want to build it, but I don't want to build it for Star Trek. I think this works for so many other IPs. I will be building my version of the bridge at some point. And I can't wait to see how that looks. It's a pretty good set. If you're willing to spend the money, I will say this. So we'll forget about the size. Let's say there's a microfighter for Star Trek fans. This is a great set. £160. Just to compare that to Star Wars. Search feature, still not working. Thank you, Lego. This site is useless. It's always under me. Okay, not useless. We get our Lego sets on here, but it's not perfect. £160. Do we have £160 Star Wars sets, or are they either side? £160 is the Dark Falcon. That's a decent comparison. Like that side by side. Okay, now we're comparing apples with apples. 1,500 parts, of which there are a ton of 1x1s. Not a lot of bricks. Compared with 1,700 bricks. Okay. 8 minifigures. They don't tell you the minifigure count on the Death Star because it's a 6, which is crazy for £160. Real nice, the minifigures we do get. And Star Trek again sees, if they are duplicate minifigures, I think that's fair, but all it takes is one torso to be a little different. Okay, dual molded legs. That's a nice addition for the ladies. And then we've got 2 of the same torsos in red, 3 yellow, 3 blue. Fair enough. Hold on, not 3 in blue, 2 in blue and another. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different torsos. Wait, why have they given her a different torso? That's weird. Okay. Not liking that, Lego. Get with the times. Come on. And then we've got 5 different figures in this, most of which are like unique in one way or another. So the figures 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different figures. It would be like getting 2 3POs and 2 Jar Jars. Like I think that can be expected. But I think the Star Trek bridge is worth so much more than the Dark Falcon was a great set. I got it. I haven't got it on a sale, or I got it gifted, and I think I got it gifted. Very happy about that, so I didn't have to pay for it. Because I think the Dark Falcon's about £120 set, and the Star Trek bridge is just 120 and a £40 set. It'd be like the Dark Falcon coming with an Eta or the Delta. It'd be like the Dark Falcon coming with a Delta. I wouldn't want that. I'd rather pick them up separately. Even if it costs a little bit more, I've learned that the combo sets are just marked up. So at least we'd be getting the value in the cheaper sets. And the value is here. Pretty nice. Sets for younger audiences tend to be cheaper than for collectors. Yeah, that's all it is. But this is a good set. If you buy this, either of these, honestly, either of these great sets, if you buy each one, you're going to be impressed. This Star Trek set is pretty cool. There's the mechanism for the teleporter. If we take a look at the back of the box, it spills all the secrets LEGO want us to know. So we've got a few features. Star Trek 60! Whoa, happy birthday, Star Trek. Yes. Star Trek party where everyone gets to build their own one of these. I'll be waiting for my invite. That would be awesome for LEGO to set up. Of like, not for me, of course, not a massive Star Trek fan, but for other Star Trek fans to just get together and, rather than sending out sets to LAN members, have LAN members and other creators meet in a place and have a giant build-a-thon together. This set's probably going to take 8 odd hours. Maybe some of them couldn't build it in that time. Maybe it's like a overnight thing. They book you a hotel and you stay there. Now it's starting to be expensive. You're looking on Google at Spider-Man Scorpion and it says release in 2026. I saw that on Funko's webpage. It said release in 2026 and that was it. I'm also not entirely sure if that Funko webpage is public. So it might be. It might be. If you Google it, it'll pop up though. It just might not allow you on the site. Oops. How does the mechanism work? Let's have a look. I'm going to open this in a new tab so that we can zoom in and get the clearest render that we can by deleting all the formatting. Look at that. Crisp. So we've got sliding doors. I'm going to be stealing this mechanism for like every Star Wars hallway, right? Sliding doors, that is the Empire's thing. So that's going to come in handy. And we've also got the teleporter, that button on the back. Oh, wait, it's not the button on the back. Oh, I thought it was the button on the back. Maybe that's to pop off the map here. What does that button do? Maybe that's just decoration. Or is that a ball joint to connect it? Oh, okay. Maybe that connects to something. So you spin the wheel at the bottom and it spins both of these, but not only does it have like the space for the minifigures on the back, when LEGO showed it off on Instagram, they also showed off there's 2 different prints, one of which is like just regular kind of background-esque. It's the swirly one. And then this second print with the minifigures, does it show? Yes, there's a swirly print back here, which is the background of the teleporter. And then we've got the lines like they're being beamed up or beamed back down to the surface. Now that attention to detail is what I want to see in a £160 set. Come on, that looks amazing. Love that from Lego. And yeah, really nice detail to have added, because it's something that they could have so easily overlooked, and they tend to, in Lego sets, overlook those sort of details. But not for Star Trek. Guess Star Trek's got some real big fans behind it then, eh? Really paying attention. Really, really good. You've got plates for everyone to stand on as well, so a bit of like movie magic. You can get some figures standing there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with 8 minifigures. So one man in the base and then someone left behind. Look at that, a printed, not a comlink, and that's not one of the scanners, not one of their ray guns either. I'm not great with terminology, so forgive me if ray guns isn't what you're used to them being called. I also don't get this reference, like all of these different poses that they've recreated. Okay, this one is like every Star Trek episode that I've watched, but I know, oh, there's the phaser. There's the blaster. I'm going to call it a blaster. I'm a Star Wars fan. Forgive me. But that's built using... People were hoping it was a unique mold. It's actually built using a superhero poser and binoculars on top. So I think that's better than a unique mold. It's not going to be locked behind £160. And you can create as many of them as you want for all your other Star Trek figures. Or if you've got customs, we've got a custom Picard up top with some of our other Star Wars customs. I can give Picard a little phaser. Phaser. That's what they're called now. They're called phasers. So excited for Scorpion. We'll probably get him as soon as he comes out. Oh, I've picked up a few Funkos recently, and oh, the Funkos have done really well for Star Wars and Marvel, and actually for a load of smaller IPs. I think One Piece is getting some nice treatment now they've got the live action. Do I genuinely not have a 1x8 plate on this entire desk? What? We've been doing this for so long, and that's the first 1x8 I've got. How is that possible? I need more 1x8s in my collection. If I don't have one in here, that means I probably don't have a lot. I think that's how the math works, right? So they're the two big mechanisms with the teleporter, with the windows, and you've also got the sliding doors. I really like the sliding doors. The fact it's a lever that just pulls up and down, and it moves both doors as well. Right, that's definitely moving both doors. The arrows go in both ways. Yeah, I think that's how it works. That's going to be cool. That's going to be awesome. £160. I don't think there's a gift with purchase for this one. No, make it so, number one. Nothing is more important than my ship. No gift with purchase. There'll probably be something running alongside. I wouldn't be surprised if this is September 1st release. Wouldn't be surprised if the shuttle pod came back out and they re-released that, because the Darksaber's been out for so long. That would make a bit of sense for Star Trek. We don't get too many sets, so any opportunity to re-release some gift with purchases. It sucks for people that have the original run, because, you know, less rare and all that, but gift with purchases aren't meant to be rare. That's why Lego keep re-releasing them. Let's move on. Speaking of the Darksaber, yep, it's still out, it's still available. It says it's ending the 31st. It will probably be back in August. I wouldn't be surprised. And we'll probably see it later on in the year as well. Even as late as Christmas, New Year, a few months before the new one. Tower Bridge. Now, I've seen Tower Bridge a few times, and this isn't just a UK exclusive set. I actually don't know yet where this is going to be releasing, because obviously Lego don't release sets in all countries, and some stores aren't picking up Lego sets at the minute. Wonder if the Tower Bridge feels accurate. Well, as a Londoner, I feel like I'm qualified. I can't speak about the American law system, but I can speak about the Tower Bridge. It does feel very accurate, down to some really, like, I tell you what it feels like. It feels like someone that studied London architecture, perhaps even not from London, but studied London architecture, built this set. Because there's little details about how the bridge opens up at exactly a 45-degree angle, no more, no less. And they add a little bit into the instructions about how, oh, it can open to 85 degrees if need be, but it typically only opens at 45 degrees. Who knows that unless you've read the sign on the bridge that says that? That's not something people are posting about, is it? How far the bridge can open. By the way, you're welcome. You don't have to build the set for the facts. I could list off a few, like the amount. I've got an image from the bridge that tells you how many elephants the London Bridge can hold. No, that's not the one. Oh wait, no, not. It would be this day. Yes. So, how many elephants can the London Tower Bridge hold? There is a walkway, but that's not what we want. We want the actual bridge. I don't think I took a photo of it. No, I don't have a photo of it. Oh, but there is a sign. There is a sign on the bridge. No, I can't find it. Okay. Well, if you ever go to Tower Bridge, there is a sign just on the stairs. Actually, it's just off the bridge. It's when you go down to the station. Just on this side, there is a sign about it, and it tells you exactly how many elephants this entire bridge can hold. It looks accurate. A few nice details as well. There are some proportions at this scow that are a little bit off, and it's like I feel like the bridge is wider than it is longer because of how long the set is. But then if they'd have doubled everything in length, it would be way too long. So they went with the lesser of two evils. Because if they did it the other way around, it would look even weirder, and we don't want that. So I like how it looks. I think it's pretty accurate. I love the fact about like the bridge and stuff like that. The main reason you've seen Spider-Man is for Scorpion. Did I say it was on the Funko Pop website? Kind of. Unless you've got a link, and I've got... Do I still have that? Or did I get rid of it? No, I got rid of it for Ahsoka and Maul. If you've got a link, you can access it, but I think it's probably private if you can't find it by Googling. So forget I said that, otherwise Funko will come for us. Let's not anger Funko. As well put these bricks back. Yes, it's pretty accurate. I love the cars. There's not enough cars, I will say that. It's not busy enough to be Tower Bridge. Whenever we're walking across it, there are more cars than this, but they have spaced them out with like a jumper. So there's a safe distance between the cars, but that's never true up London. There's none of this keeping a safe distance. No, they're up each other's bums all the time. Anyone that's driven around London can attest to that. But yeah, look at the detail on the side. And I think this is a new color for the ropes on the left and right. Any glass bridges in the middle? Do we see under? No glass bridges. What they should have done is added either a window. I think there's only three studs wide on each side, so not enough space for a window. What they could have done is added, because there's 3 studs in the 1x2s, is there clear jumpers? They could have added clear jumpers. If there's no clear jumpers, then just 1x2 plates and have the effect of the glass bridge underneath. You can walk up and over. It's pretty expensive. Obviously, seeing the bridge ever since I was a kid and growing up with it, I never wanted to do anything like that. I have been on the London Eye though, and the bridge looks pretty cool from up there. But yeah, I like this set. I usually say, and I said with the telephone box, you might remember when we looked at that, whichever stream that came out on, that I never got the appeal of these sets. For someone who lived in London, like, it just didn't appeal to me because it's not for me. I get to see the real things. But now we've got a few of them. We've got the big bus, the big double-decker bus. We've got the telephone box. We've got the bridge. Now I'm seeing, hold on, imagine having a skyline stretching back here with all of the London sets on and not needing to go into London to see it. That's pretty cool, and that's exactly who these sets are for. People that don't want to go into London or can't make it into London and are able to still enjoy the scenic views of London literally on their shelves in Lego form. Beautiful. And of course around the world, because these sets aren't exclusive to the UK or London, though you'll probably see a lot of them in the London store. Wait, there's a little wave. I saw someone say the water was too blue, and everyone said it since. That was the first comment I saw about this set. Too blue, and it should be brown, which I don't think it should be brown, but it should be trans brown is probably the closest we've got. Yeah, it's a bit murky looking with all, especially the color of the sides, the tanness. If there was like a transparent dark tan, that's what we would need for the color of the Thames. First one was apparently not so sturdy. Oh, so this is a big improvement. A little bit smaller than the first one, but more detailed. Definitely more detailed, and a few printed pieces as well, right? Can't be stickers. We're gonna trust Lego for this one because it's architecture, which £270. This is the big architecture set of the year. Okay, Sagrada Familia is the big architecture set of the year. This is the second biggest architecture set of the year. I forgot about this one coming out. Of course, that's architecture. Look at the 4 sets we've got from this year, and actually the Neuschwanstein Castle and the Trevi Fountain, they are 6 bangers for the architecture line. The architecture, can we get a Star Wars architecture set, please? Because if we get one that's this quality, that's going to be a banger. That would be crazy, getting an architecture Jedi temple. We need these, all 6 of these builders on a Jedi temple. Oh, yes. They could cook. I bet some of these designers have designed, like, one of these designers has designed another set. They're one in the same people. I can almost guarantee it. I can't guarantee it, but I'm pretty confident in saying that. Pretty darn confident that one of these designers on screen now has designed at least another one of the sets on screen. For sure. Hands down. Who am I looking forward to seeing in the new Spider-Man movie? For you, can't wait to see Scorpio. It's definitely Spider-Man for me. Big Spider-Man fan. Spider-Man is my favorite Marvel hero. I like Thor, and I do quite like the movie Thor, but in the same way I like the Man of Steel Superman. Like, they're not the best Thor. Thor as a character is so good because they're explored in so many different ways. And Spider-Man's the same, but Spider-Man is always just a kid that's like trying to survive, trying to live, always caught off guard at every moment. I'm not sure I like Peter Parker more than Spider-Man, but definitely as much as Spider-Man. So I would actually say I'm most excited to see Peter Parker, because all he's gone through, putting on a mask, that's the easy part. Let's be honest. 7 villains in this movie, Spider-Man can take them. Spider-Man's probably the strongest Avenger in terms of, you know, Spidey strength. The hardest part is Peter Parker holding back. That got deep, but, you know, that's the good thing about Spidey-Man. All of this is in red and blue spandex. There you go. Wrapped up and make it look good. You have a theory. I know how Lego milks Avengers movies like Endgame and such. Do I think Doomsday will be a big movie? They'll do the same. Yes, we will get Doomsday sets forever. Scorpion is powerful. Scorpion is. You have to be so powerful to put up a fight against Spider-Man. And what we see with Scorpion is Scorpion comes back again and again. Scorpion you know, knows how to get on Spidey's nerves as well. I like Scorpion, but Spider-Man is nuts powerful compared to the average human. Both of them are nuts powerful. You know, Scorpion probably not bit by a radioactive scorpion, so maybe we'll deduct a point in the storyline, the character arc. Not as strong as Spider-Man, but they can hold their own. Spider-Man holding back. I would say Scorpion can definitely overtake Spidey. There'll be moments where the turns have tabled and they can overpower little Peter. And I wonder if anyone's going to find out Parker's identity as well. Because if they find... That's what I'm interested in. Strange's spells, like... What's going on with Strange's spells? If they find out his identity, what happens? There's got to be a... There's got to be... Maybe worlds collide, and that's what we've already started to see in the other end credits. Maybe Spider-Man just... Thanos snaps and disappears. Maybe Spider-Man gets teleported to Venom's world. Oh, then we can see Tom Holland venomized. Oh, wait, a venomized Tom Holland would be sick though, because he could then explore the dark side of the character. Can we have that in Spider-Man 5? I'm already like booking my tickets for that. Thank you. Spider-Man 5, brand new movie. We've already got a title and everything. Alright, let's see. Technic. So, what's the next set? We've already looked at Star Trek X-Files. I know just about as much as X-Files as I do about Mortal Kombat. Fun fact. I know nothing about either of them, so I can't speak on the accuracy of this, but I can speak on the fact that just like the Twilight House, that looked like a really good building. Again, not watched Twilight either, so can't really speak much on the accuracy of that set. But I've seen it's been pretty well received, especially with all the figures and Easter eggs in it. A lot of people like that set. I think it's going to be the same for this. There is a gift with purchase with this one as well. This is an ideas set, and it's got 4 different layers, almost 4 different layers, kind of 4 different layers. We've got the table and chairs of this office that pull out, and these are all important characters to the X-Files. I don't even know what the X-Files is. I'm aware it's to do with aliens based on these guys down here. I didn't notice them till now. And the alien, we've got another alien. It's the 3rd recent alien. We got one like 10 years ago in a CMF. Not very recent. We got then Paul the Visitor in a that alien in the CMF not too long ago. And then we got this one, which is midi-scale legs, 3 different heights of aliens. Decent for alien collectors. I don't think this one's going to be sold too much, but maybe the alien head will be reused in City. And they can have a few more aliens pop up around. We need more aliens in City. Alien invasion. Hold on. Don't we have aliens invading right now in Lego City sets? They've already started adding alien posters and stuff. Have they been advertising that, or was that one designer that was just toying with us? Hopefully that's actually happening. That would be sick. We just wake up one morning and suddenly all the City sets that are announced are alien sets where they've been overrun and the aliens are taking over. That would be a sick storyline. And then we've got the grass with some trees and a UFO, a triangle UFO. Is it? To fit with the corner, or is it a square UFO? Wait, is that a square UFO? Is that a reference? Is that a square UFO? What? Go back to the square UFO. Let's get a good... Oh, it's a triangle UFO. Okay, that's built pretty well, especially with the corners on the top being filled. Happy they didn't leave those out and exposed. For the price of the set, what was it? No, it must have been 170. 270? 179.99 for 1,478 pieces. It's a bit steep. How many figures? 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 figures for 180 quid. Just like Star Trek, this time they're all different. I'm running out of excuses, Lego. You need to give me a list of excuses that you use when you're putting together these sets, because I'm out. Why don't we have 8 figures in the Sandcrawler? Do we have 8 figures in the 88? Do we have... We don't have 8 figures in, like, any... Maybe Yavin? Maybe Yavin. Where did the Star Wars... Oh, I got rid of Star Wars. Well, thankfully, there's a Star Wars making to gift with purchase right now. So, Sandcrawler, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 figures. Maybe 5.5, maybe 6. Grogu is counted as a figure in all the other sets, so 6 minifigures. We could have got... There was one of the other guys that ambush Mando. Was it one, or was it like a group of them? They weren't the Jawas, they were the other ones. The bandits that ambush Mando earlier on in this episode. Same... No, maybe the previous episode. But similar arc. And he gets ambushed by a bunch of other guys. I think this was all in like the first episode. So this might be from episode 2 with the Mudhorn and the egg and all that. And that's how they get their crest. And here we are. So, Offworld, Sandcrawler and Mudhorn. I would include 2 other bandits or IG. Wait, you could get pirates in here as well. You could include some pirates or more Jawas, 2 more Jawas. We got 3 different versions. One of them is flipped. Is it actually? No, it is a little bit different. It's not just flipped. They represent the 3 different Jawa torsos we've got, with the latest being in the new set, the Land Speeder this year. So we'd need to get maybe 1 more of each of the 1 straps. Then it's worth 180. At the minute, we need more Jawas. How many Jawas can we fit in? 1, 2, 3 on the inside. And are there any flaps? There's this whole interior here that's just empty because we've got the 3 in the front. We can have 1 on the cart that goes in the back or in the front, and then 1 standing around. I think there's a few flaps on the side, if I remember correctly. That they could be looking out. Maybe there's a perch there that we can stand 2 on one side, 3 in the cockpit, just like so. Look at that. We can definitely get that done. No sign of anything on the side, but 1 in the front, 1 at the computer, 1 on the trolley, 2 in the side. Let's go. 2 more Jawas, and you've got yourself a really, really good set. But the X-Files set's looking good. Every one of these sets is, oh, it's better than Star Wars. Let me guess, the Donkey Kong set. It's going to be better than Star Wars, isn't it? 150 quid, coming August 1st. This one, we've already spoken about, but we haven't taken a look. So let me bring up the important image. Mario runs forward and back, and then can jump the barrels. And, wait, is that help there permanently? Yeah, it is, isn't it? I've just never noticed that. Here we go. So you can put the barrels up to 14 orange barrels and 6 teal barrels in the side and get Mario to jump them, which is like a 1-player game. You can do this yourself. 2-player, take it in turns to jump or to put the barrels in for the other person. Or you get a few different people and you just start lobbing barrels at each other and making up your own rules as you go along. That works too. But there's a few different ways you can play around with this. And it actually functions as the arcade machine. Pac-Man didn't. Little disappointing seeing the Pac-Man set that was just a circle. Like, it kind of featured, but there, you could go forward and backwards and there was no winning or losing. If Mario gets hit by a barrel and you don't jump it, there are like the consequences of, oh no, you've been hit, maybe start over or switch teams and now you're on the barrels, or you're watching someone else work the barrels, because I suppose you can't put them in and like time it perfectly. It's Lego, so it's going to bounce, it's going to be all over the place. But I really like the Donkey Kong run, the Donkey Kong game with, it's not called Mario, is it? What was the character's, what was the plumber's name? And it's not Peach either. It's not Mario and Peach, but I'm going to say Mario and Peach because that's what the characters evolved into. And if they were to remake this game, that's what they'd call them. We're running through these parts, but I'm not seeing another one of those shield elements for our hut sentry droid. So maybe that will be on the next layer. That one's snuck through. Yeah, we can go up and down with this barrel handle here. That's... Wait a second. Wait a second. You can release the barrels. Wait, so they go in there and then they what? They come... How does that work? Wait, Donkey Kong actually rolls the barrels out. That is awesome. So you stack the barrels, maybe they go around at some point. How does that work? Oh, okay. This is going to be an awesome game because you pull down to release the barrels, then Mario can move left and right and Mario can jump, and it is limited to this area here. But Mario also looks like the technique behind or underneath is, wait, it's not underneath, the barrel goes underneath, is hidden so well. That is awesome. I kind of want this now. 150. Okay, that's going on my wish list. We're going to be keeping an eye out on that. We've got official images of the Shrek CMF as well. Have we taken a look at these? They would have been somewhat available last week, but not up close. And what is that? That is a cursed image, is it not? The Shrek looks all right. The Fiona's pretty good. I was hoping that these would be masks for their human form heads underneath, and then we get the mask or the hair. And then, yeah, I don't think they'd reuse these masks, but that would have been awesome. Donkey does have a separate head that can turn around. Why Donkey sat though, I'm still not entirely sure, and this puss is brand new. I think these are like the figures that I'm looking at getting. They've just shown off there. Any other closer images? No, we've seen the far away one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's... Wait, why have they separated these 8 from the others? That's confusing. Out of these, I'm looking at getting, not the dragon, that's Piglet with a dragon head. The dragon head looks so good, but the rest of the figure just doesn't look like the dragon. It doesn't whatsoever. I can't unsee the Piglet, and I'm sorry if I've cursed you with the seeing of the Piglet, but that is Piglet. You cannot convince me otherwise. 100% Piglet. We've got the wolf's pretty good as well, but I like the Chima head. We need a stud. We need a stud on top so you can get different hats. That's something I'm looking for CMFs. So their molded heads have studs, and you can get like Puss in Boots, for instance, could get a stud on top so that you can fit a stud on top in the rounded minifigure head so that you can swap out the hat. Same with Pinocchio, swap out the hat. The wolf, swap out the hat. Farquaad is a minifigure head with a hat. That one's all right. I wouldn't say about the printed hair. That would look weird with a slimmer face. So that one passes. That one's okay. But the other ones, the molded heads need studs on top if they are going to come with any sort of hair or accessory, any sort of helmet. Maybe any sort of, I suppose the accessories are usually pinholes. Even pinholes. For molded heads, if they don't want a stud on the top, I'd settle for a pinhole. Where'd I put the slope? Did that go away? Oh, yeah. I'd settle for a pinhole and then have the heads like with Mickey, like with the Mickey ears. They're on pinholes. Clone accessories would also work on a similar system. Some CMFs do have them on the helmets. Any helmet that has like a fluffy bit or a fragile bit is either made of rubber or it has that pinhole connection. It's not even a pinhole though. It's like teeny tiny pinhole. The micro bar. That's what we're calling it from now on. Ooh, trans purple with glitter. As we've already looked at these, I'm just going to point out the bits that I like, the bits that I don't about each one. Rapid fire. Puss in Boots, it's a new minifigure. That's awesome. And Puss in Boots comes with one of the free blind mice. So does the wolf. So does Pinocchio. Makes you want them all. I don't want that Pinocchio. The Pinocchio we got from the Disney CMF's better than that one. This is more accurate to Shrek, though, by a long shot. But the other one's fairly easy to customize. You just have to find hats and maybe glue pieces together. It's not easy, but it's fairly easy. I never said it was easy. We've got Shrek and Fiona, which are must-haves. Fiona comes with Donkey, doesn't she? Where's the lineup of the figures? Fiona comes with Donkey because Shrek comes with the fairy tale book. Okay. Interesting choice. Farquaad with a mirror, that's a good one as well. Kind of want Farquaad. The fairy godmother, no. Don't really want the fairy godmother. Interesting character and decent for Shrek, but not a minifigure I'm going to be using anytime soon. So that's a pass. Same with Charming, the villain of the 3rd or 4th movie. I think that's a pass. The dragon. We need a brick-built dragon. Gingy's amazing. I want 12. I want a full Gingy CMF. And I just might. The wolf, again, it's all right, but not really piquing my interest. The Executioner. Oh, the Executioner. Yes, I would take 12 of them as well. But I'm probably just going to pick up the one. Merlin. Now, Merlin's, like, decent. Does Merlin not have dual-molded legs, though? There was something with Merlin. No, Merlin does have dual-molded and side-of-the-leg printing, which is nice to see. Do we get a better look at the minifigures down the page? No. They've stopped pairing them up in 3s. Maybe they couldn't choose. We got the video of them as well. And then who am I missing out? Yes, 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 yes. No, 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 no. Yes, yes, no, no. There you go. There's the 6 that I will be trying to pick up when they come out September 1st, as with the Donkey Kongs, August. Ooh. 4th of August for X-Files. Late for them to announce the Donkey Kong set. 1st of September for Star Trek, and 1st of August for Tower Bridge. And then we've got some Marvel sets. Let's start off with a worse one. Hello there, Nathaniel. Welcome. I'm saying this is the worst Doomsday set, but it's actually pretty awesome. I think it's definitely the worst one, unless you're a Brickheads fan, in which case this is the best one. Ignore me, I am talking a load of rubbish. But as a non-Brickheads collector and someone that hasn't fallen into that pit yet and is still loyal to Funko, no Kaiba Brickheads at the minute, I like the characters. Gambit, Thing, 4, Doom. Doom is in every one of these sets. Doom literally is one of these sets. So this is all about Doom. Doomsday is going to feature Doom more than any other character. I've seen a lot of people saying about how most of the movie is going to be them greeting. I actually don't think that's the case. I think most of the movie is going to be us thrown into random battles where they're either these groups of different Marvel characters are either fighting against each other or they're meeting each other in a battle. Like they're fighting the same person and are like, oh, hi, we must be on the same team. So that's going to be an interesting mix. X-Men, Avengers, Fantastic Four. Can't wait to see how this goes down. Few notes on each of these though. Have I seen Brand New Day yet? No, I haven't. So in the UK, it comes out tomorrow, and that was fully booked out. So I've got tickets for the weekend. We're going to see Brand New Day, and I cannot wait to see it. So come Monday's stream, we will have seen it, and we'll probably be building something from Spider-Man, not Star Wars, new Star Wars sets, but we'll be building some Spider-Man displays. So stay tuned for that stream, and we'll be talking all about Brand New Day on Monday. So sorry to the people that want to talk about it. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know it. You saw it the other day. Awesome. And it was so good. I watched the reactions before the premiere, and it's nice to see everyone so excited for it, because this is like the movie of the year. We got The Mandalorian, which was awesome, by the way. And we've got Doomsday coming up, but Doomsday ain't going to be as popular as this. Why do you think they're advertising it already? Doomsday is second fiddle to Spider-Man. Spider-Man is up there with Superman. I thought was going to be big, but I think because of DC, how DC's run in terms of repeating, James Gunn might change that, but with how DC's run at the minute, Superman, people expect to be recast in a few years, which would be disappointing if that's the case. Give it at least a few decades, right? Have an animated movie first, and then we'll go back to a live action. But Spider-Man is the big one. Superman was so good. It was. And I haven't seen Supergirl yet either. So that's gonna be a good one. I think that's already come to digital, but it's pay-per-view right now. Right, it's buy and rent as opposed to streaming. Same, yes. I wanted to see Supergirl, but there were so many movies. We went through a spree. I mean, we've seen Mando 2 or 3 times in cinema. And then that was on top of, so many good movies this year. We watched Sheep Detective. That was hilarious. Magic Faraway Tree. That was beautifully done. That's a Enid Blyton book, for anyone that doesn't know. That's a really good watch. We also saw so much. Toy Story 5 we saw in cinema. That's like the last couple of minutes. And that is it. That last couple of months, not last couple of minutes. Take that back. Scratch that. Last couple of months. Last couple of minutes. Crazy. Yeah, we've just come back from watching Mandalorian and Grogu again. Oh, I wish. I can't wait for that to hit Disney Plus because, right, small rant about the about Mandalorian and Grogu. I still don't know what that mansion ship is. There are Imperial vessels flying away from the mansion, isn't it? It's Coin's mansion in Mando, and we don't know what ships they are. So I'm going to be pausing them and trying to get the clearest image when that hits Disney Plus, and we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Did I watch The Odyssey? No, I haven't watched The Odyssey. I'm not really as fussed about watching The Odyssey, and I tell you why. Because there's so many names. There's so many names in The Odyssey. It's the same reason I didn't watch Dune, and I haven't seen any of the Dune movies, which I'm thinking of giving a go because the books, I've flicked through the start of the book. Haven't read the book because that's going to be better than the movie. Same with The Odyssey. The stories of The Odyssey are much better than the movie, so I'm going to, if I ever read those, I don't think I'll be reading The Odyssey, but I might do one day. It'll be after I watch the movie, just so I'm not watching the movie knowing all the other stories. Because that's the only issue I've seen. Can you call it an issue? Can you call it an issue with The Odyssey? Spider-Man Brand New Day doesn't come out. What's that? No spoilers. Oh, is that? I've seen everyone with the premiere. I saw with the premiere people saying, oh, their favorite part is how, and just not just the one character that I assume you were referencing, but for Sadie Sink, just naming different Marvel characters and all these news companies. I've seen so many of them get baited by it. It is amazing. MJ's in Dune. Yeah, MJ is. So's there's a load of names in Dune. Yeah, who isn't in Dune? Quite a few Star Wars actors and everyone else from Spider-Man, I think. The Odyssey was so action-packed, so peak, literally the definition of epic. That's what I like about it. So the only criticism, complaint, can you call it that I've seen of The Odyssey is it missed bits. The movie's like 3 hours long, right? It missed bits. Oh, The Odyssey. The Odyssey crams so many characters into one point. I think movies aren't meant to capture it all. It's a bit like Lord of the Rings, right? And I haven't seen it again, so you can let me know if you feel differently. But I feel like seeing people's reviews, it's like Lord of the Rings. It's missed certain bits, it's added certain other bits that weren't told, that weren't fully flushed out, given a bit more depth to some characters that are not as popular in the books, in the stories, in the myths, the legends, the tales of the Odyssey. That's part 2. the Odyssey story. They can milk the Odyssey forever. They can just keep going, trudging along, and yeah, they actually could do with the Odyssey. Each of them could have their own movie. So when that's the criticism that's being thrown around and critics are treating it like the end of the world, that's good. That is good marketing. Oh, there wasn't enough. I want more. The Odyssey Part 2 coming soon. Yeah, we'll get the Odyssey Part 2 when we get Michael Part 2. That's when we'll get it. And when we get the Lucas sequels, never. Sorry to burst your bubble. That is never happening. But you can still dream. Don't stop dreaming. Had to drink a Red Bull halfway through to make sure you didn't fall asleep. But fun fact, you haven't read the Odyssey or Lord of the Rings, but you have them. Just haven't read them. I had Lord of the Rings for quite a while before I read it. But after reading Lord of the Rings, Lord of the Rings, if you love the movie, you're gonna love parts of the book. Maybe you don't want to hear about how many wrinkles a tree has. Maybe you do. I didn't find it that bad, but very descriptive is Tolkien. But there's so many characters. Harry Potter, we can throw in that mix as well. There are so many characters that are brought up in the books that they skipped in the movie just because of the time. They didn't have enough time to cover them all. So Lord of the Rings I enjoyed reading, and it made me want to read all the other books. I have a feeling that if I bought all, like this, actually I think I own the Silmarillion and like half of those books, but if I bought all of those books and started reading them, that being the key part, started reading them, of which I have not started reading them, then that would be what I would do instead of Thrawn. I think I would be into Lord of the Rings as much as I am into Thrawn now, which is quite a bit. I'm excited for Thrawn to return. Thrawn, a Star Wars story. Coming soon, no doubt. Thrawn's got to have his own show eventually. He can't keep following Ahsoka around. He's got other things to do. Get on with it. They're not waiting forever. Oh, we're coming up to the end of the pile here. This is always the satisfying part, when I've got all these different piles of pieces, and now we can go through sorting them into their respective drawers and hopefully not miss a ton of the pieces like we did last time. But we don't need to recap that. We can't get flashbacks on the stream. I can't edit that in, thankfully, so there will be no recapping or any of the sorts. You have read The Hobbit, though. Oh, The Hobbit. Bilbo gets knocked out for the action. I was getting to it, and I'm like, I think it doesn't happen in the last chapter. It happens 2 or 3 chapters from the end, and I'm getting to the back of the book thinking, we're like at the end of the second movie. Where's the there's only a handful of pages left. Where's the rest of the story? And then I remembered, as I was reading through, Bilbo gets knocked out like early on in the 3rd movie. So he gets knocked out and he wakes up after the action's done. It's the biggest tease I have ever seen in any sort of book or reading material. And Tolkien did that on purpose, trying to describe the fight scenes in the way that he describes the rest of the book. Just wouldn't be possible in another 2 books. They would have needed at least another 3 books to capture that action in that level of detail. So they decide to knock out Bilbo and skip it completely. I wish they'd gone back and like written an excerpt of another character's point of view. Maybe they have, but can't believe they were knocked out. And I woke up and it was all just a dream. That's what it felt like. Feels like it would take so long. Yeah, The Hobbit. So if you've read The Hobbit, you know roughly how long it took you maybe to read The Hobbit. Lord of the Rings is 6 times that. There's a reason Lord of the Rings is broke up into 6 books. It's not 3 books. It was re-released as 3 books after the movies, and I got the 6-book edition. I actually got originally I had 6 books. No, I didn't have 6 books. Someone had 6 books. So I purchased the 3 books with the really snazzy covers in the envelope. And then the one that I read was the single book that was, it said book what you're now reading book 1 or whatever, but it was just non-stop going through it. It was a Kindle book, so it meant I didn't have to pick up the book because it was going to get heavy if I had all 6 books in one. But I did read through it. No audiobook. Read through it completely, cover to cover, including the little stories on the back, which that's a nice touch. That is a nice touch. Reminded me of Thrawn's memories a little bit. With the, because there were some new characters, I think there was an excerpt from the Silmarillion in there as well, which would probably be the next book that I were to read if I were to pick one up again. Another bracket, another jumper, another Technic, another wedge. Made sure to read Lord of the Rings before the movies were released. Oh, how were the movies? Because typically, especially with some of the extra detail, I would have said that the movies would have underperformed, but the movies, now that I've read the book, watching the movies, I'm even more entertained because I'm like, oh, that's where they go off to so and so, and this happens, or that's when Tom Bombadil comes marching in, the jolly old fella. Oh, I love Tom Bombadil. Great character. We need more, and I know Tom Bombadil's got his own book. I think it's more of a kid's book, but we need more Tom Bombadil. There we go. We have sorted the entire collection. Staring at Thing's built like the Hulk, which is nice because adds up to your other characters. And I like the details on the legs. No way we could have got that on the torso unless we get a or a bracket. Oh, there's a few ways you could get it on the torso, not easily. There are a few ways. Never seen Harry Potter. Wow. Hello there, Dread. Change your notification to the sonic ring sound. Awesome. That's cool. Read The Hobbit back when you were attending seminary. Would I recommend reading the Lord of the Rings books? Yes. There is so much content that they skipped out in the movies just because they didn't have time. That's like with the Odyssey, you can't put everything from the Odyssey stories into the movie, well, into one movie. They could barely fit what they fit. It's a 3-hour movie. You need a drinks break or a piss break halfway through because not everyone's going to be able to sit through that. I know most people that would miss half of it because movies are so long. 2 hours, 3 hours. That is like the upper limit. It's got to be a good movie to be able to see that. But I would recommend reading the books. There's so much more to the books than the movies, yes. Are they making more Lord of the Rings movies? I've heard there is a movie. Oh, there you go. Search for Gollum in the works. Thanks, Moonshoes. Yeah, I have heard. Poor Tom. I have heard there is a movie in the works, but that's all it's been. There's been allegedly and perhaps... Hold on. Wasn't that announced at San Diego Comic-Con? I think that was announced at San Diego. Andy Serkis announced something at San Diego Comic-Con. Was that filming for the movie that he's directing? Andy Serkis is Snoke for Star Wars fans. Has done a lot more. I think has done a lot more in Star Wars as well, but is probably more well known as Snoke because of the recency of the character, and Gollum in Lord of the Rings. For most of us, we would recognize Gollum. All right, 6s. This is where the fun begins. Oh, 10. And yeah, there's that movie. There's also recently been The War of Rohirrim. If you haven't seen that, it's an amazing movie. It's crazy good. I was blown away at the animation. Animated movie is a lot better than like Clone Wars, any of that. It's like a proper movie. It's a proper movie. Animation means they could do so much more than they would be able to with that budget in live action. So much more. Although they probably, I'd say with that budget, for a Lord of the Rings animated movie, that budget was probably more than they'd have gotten for a live action movie of the same caliber. Just imagine if you get a notification. The ring sounds a good one. Ooh, piece of candy. I've been reading the Bible and it's low-key kind of big. Really long. The Bible. Have you read Lord of the Rings? If you've read Lord of the Rings, I can forgive that. But The Bible's even longer than Lord of the Rings. Kind of reminds you of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Okay, if you've read Lord of the Rings, that's fair. What can you read next? The Odyssey? Are there any longer books than the Bible? Probably not, because the Odyssey's broken down into smaller stories. Or the Chronicles of Narnia. Ah, I see. I've read the first Narnia, the Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, which I think is the first one, because that's the movie one. But I haven't read any of the other ones. In fact, I say any of the other ones, I don't know how many Narnias there are. Maybe there's the one Narnia, and they use other books to make the movies. Because there's a few of those as well. Quite a few of those movies, they keep coming back. Wonder if there'll be a new Narnia at any point. Everyone else is franchising. I wonder if Narnia will get into it. I'm going to come back to these tiles, plates even. I'm going to move on to the tiles because they're smaller piles. And the grey tiles also have the 2x3s in them. But whilst we're here, let's talk about some of the other Marvel characters. Thor's hair. What's going on? It kind of we haven't seen too much Thor in the trailer. Maybe he's cut it off and he's used like an axe. It's a bit all over the place. It doesn't look very neat, does it? Definitely not the neatest haircut. I would, if he's got a haircut on Earth before he goes off to fight, I'd want a refund before the world ends. That's what I'm saying. Lord of the Rings is way better than a Bible from a point of view. A point of view I do agree with. The descriptions in it, religion aside, I do think that Lord of the Rings has some of the best writing, and it surprises me that you don't analyze it in English in school, because the picture it paints, it's describing everything to the most detailist detail without being boring. And that is the beauty of Lord of the Rings. The fact that you don't get bored reading it, because you genuinely the tree, when isn't really a spoiler, but it doesn't happen in the movie. There's a scene where Frodo gets swallowed by a tree. The details of that tree, I can picture what I think that tree looks like. I could probably put it together in Lego within like an hour, just because of how many details are given to us about that one tree. It's one of the scenes that sticks in my mind. Frodo and Sam waking up at Tom Bombadil's, looking around the room, seeing like the desk and such. Those details stick with you because of the way they're described, because of the way they're brought through the page. I didn't mean to kick that. What did I knock over? A bracket. Oh wait, I can put these all away. And we've got some longer plates as well. Awesome. A 1x6 and a bracket. Which side? Oh, far side. Using those with one hand. The first Narnia book is The Magician's Nephew. Oh. Oh, a ring. But the Bible is real. It's as real as any other story. I guess Lord of the Rings happens in a fantasy land. For people that believe in the Bible, it's a belief. It's a belief. And that's the beauty of the Bible, of Lord of the Rings. I think Lord of the Rings can't be brought up in the same sentence as the Bible, because it's just like Star Wars. Star Wars happened a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Lord of the Rings doesn't happen on Earth. It happens on Middle Earth. Avatar isn't, a continent. It's Pandora. It's a different planet far, far away. All these stories happen far, far away. The Bible happened a long time ago on Earth, which if Star Wars had probably started that way, maybe it wouldn't be as popular as it is. Because it's that awkward point of saying, well, this is still around, but I don't think much from the Bible is. There's a few landmarks that are quoted, but you get that in a load of different books. So I'd say the Bible is as real as any other, not fantasy, adventure, any other adventure. It's as real as you want it to be, which for a lot of people is very real. A load of family members. Not like the Bible. The apple reminded you of Isaac Newton. It should be above his head, not next to it. The Bible is the most accurate. Wait, the Bible is actually. Oh, sorry, wrong word. Actually, the most historically accurate and proven to be real book of all. Yeah, that says more about other books than it does the Bible, though. Because let me get the other tray. Because history is always written from a point of view, and typically that point of view is from like the victors. What we know about certain events, like World War II, for instance, is written from our side because, you know, we came out on top. We're the ones that survived it, and you very rarely get the other point of view. I've been researching it a lot into I can't remember the tribe. Something popped up the other day though. I watched a video on an old tribe and the history that they had because they managed to survive, and there was all these scrolls and stuff that they found, and it tells a completely different story compared to the historians that like went and invaded. And it's so interesting seeing that other side because history doesn't let the losers speak. And it's a similar thing with the Bible, I guess. All these giants, and what else does the Bible does? Border mythology. That's it. That's what I was looking for. Not adventure, action adventure. It's mythology. That's the word. With some of the mythological beings and deities and stuff like that. So it's a case of you can't say it's wrong, and you can't say it's true or it's good or it's, well, you say it's good or it's bad, but you can't say if it's wrong because there's no way to prove otherwise, is there? Same way with Star Wars. How do you know? Imagine, right, George Lucas turns out to be, and we would never know if this was the case. That's the beauty of it. But imagine, humor me for a second. George Lucas turns out to be an alien from the Star Wars universe that traveled a long way in a long time just to get to Earth and sell the stories that he witnessed traveling the galaxy. Turns out George Lucas is just plagiarizing like life a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Wait, that's actually a sick story of like George Lucas's that's George Lucas's biopic or biography, and it's just how he was actually in Star Wars. And he's just recounting these adventures. That's crazy to have survived through the Clone Wars, the Empire, and then the First Order and everything else. But it's kind of like that. Kinda. Big emphasis on kinda. I'm not saying the Bible is like Star Wars, no. Where was I? That lightning piece. Oh, what lightning piece? Wait, lightning piece? Is there a lightning piece? Oh, on Thor. That lightning piece is sick. It came with Palpatine in a book. And I like these studs here. Yeah, they're all right. I like the printed pieces. So printed part on Thing. Printed pieces on Thor. Doom's got the helmet. And Gambit you can build using Pick-a-Brick, because Pick-a-Brick online, not in store. Unless you get very lucky and they've parted out a Gambit and put the parts away, but sometimes they even keep those for other displays. Maybe Gambit will be built for a while. That's also a pink saber, which we have got before in Lego, but that pink saber was ages ago. When was that? And has Gambit got a, what is this called? 40880. That's the name everyone will be talking about. And you create a better Stormbreaker. Wait, we have seen a better Stormbreaker, haven't we, from Thor? That's a pretty good Stormbreaker, I will say. I wish Stormbreaker was bigger, because Doom's magic gauntlets are like about 2/3 of Stormbreaker, which is crazy. Gambit's a good fig, though. And I see Gambit in a brickhead, technically before we see Gambit in a minifigure form, but let's keep looking. Dr. Doom bust. Let's have a little look. Probably it is quite a good place for a conversation about religion, as long as it's a case of like, you, at the end of the day, you believe what you believe, and no one's wrong for believing it is real, no one's wrong for believing it isn't real. Personally, I'm quite interested in some of the stories, but I'm not religious. I wouldn't say I follow any of it, but there's always a lesson to be learnt from anything, just as long as you're picking the right lessons. And I think with the Bible, because it is a story that was created so many years ago, a lot of the lessons are a little outdated or taken the wrong way. Actually, lessons can't be outdated, interpretations can. I think the interpretations of the Bible give it a bad rep. If you ignore what people are saying about the Bible, I think most people actually don't mind it. And they're like, sure, pretty cool. Some fun. It's a bit like mythology, because the same way people believe in the Bible, you have other religions with other religious texts. You also have other mythologies, which they believe in a Valhalla, or they'll believe in some sort of gods or some sort of eternal being. And I think what's important isn't which text you believe in. I think the important thing, and this goes historically, which is why we have like Bibles and Qurans and stuff like that, is the hope. These things aren't meant to be used in politics to like tear down your opponent and build a crowd. That's not what whoever wrote the Bible was thinking at the time. They were written to build up like hope, lift spirits, and if you're feeling down, you can turn to, oh, well, you know, this is happening for a reason isn't always the best outcome, but there are other ways to look at it as well. Oh, I guess this always happens. No, don't take that. Same with Star Wars. Star Wars has that place for some people. I grew up when Jediism was a religion, because people believed that this was true a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. It's more so the fact of looking up to the sky and thinking, I wonder if there are any warships fighting right now. Yeah, Star Wars doesn't work. Forget about Star Wars for a second. It works with anything though. As long as you believe in something that gets you through the day, that's the important thing. And it might be down to earth. It might be, you know, a movie. You might not even think about it any more than that. That still works. That still definitely works. Where are the... Oh, are they in the other drawer? Anything else to go in here? I don't think so, not yet. There's a few pieces dotted around. I'll only grab these out one more time each though, because otherwise I will be in here forever. What was I putting away? You. Slightly bent further. Let's have a little look. Yeah. Talking snakes, talking donkeys. It's a bit of fun, isn't it? Bit of fun. You replace the handle of the official Stormbreaker with a Master Wu staff. Oh, nice. Oh, chat's just jumped. Where was I? Here we go. Oh yeah, Big Bang. I love the Big Bang. Yes. Good morning, Snow. Welcome. Perfect time to join. Yeah, experiences make you believe what you believe. And something that everyone finds out sooner or later, because I know there are a load of younger viewers as well, is what you believe has like zero impact. No. What you believe has zero impact on what anyone else believes, and vice versa. What anyone else believes has minimal impact. Actually, what other people believe has more impact on you, but they can't impact it, you know? Does that make sense? Am I making sense? Maybe I should stick to building and I can build my answer for this. But yeah, there's not gonna be something you can do that can make everyone believe what you believe, because then people start questioning it, and you don't want that. You don't want people believing what you believe for the sake of it, because if they start questioning it, then you start questioning it, then everyone starts questioning it, and before you know it, we're wondering why Lego bricks are square. Why weren't Lego bricks created round? There's a thought. Let's not get existential. But actually, round Lego bricks would be less sharp. They'd be better toys if you think about it, which we're not doing. We're not thinking about it. But if you were to think about it, round bricks would be safer, wouldn't they? Or because round bricks wouldn't stack as well and the studs poking out of them, maybe they're worse weapons, because if you throw a round brick, it's going to travel faster. You throw a square brick, it's not going to travel as fast. So maybe there is a reason why they are square. Just maybe. Just maybe. All right, let's have a little look. I'm a firm believer of science. If anyone was interested, but I'm open to discussions. Not discussions to change what I think as well. I think when you say that, because you get people that come knocking at the door of multiple groups here. We're not naming and shaming. And they try and convince you to believe X, Y, and Z, which I know for a lot of people, they are quite gullible. They will just go with what someone else says. But I think that's the wrong way to do it, because that's very culty, isn't it? To go around and be like, oh, do you believe in this? You should believe in this. I'd rather, oh, do you believe in this? Let me tell you about it. I like those ones. Because it's fun to hear different point of views. Every time I've had like the Bible explained to me, and we will move on to the Doom bus, I promise. We will move on. But every time the Bible's been explained to me, it's been explained slightly different, because everyone has a personal relationship with, well, everyone I've spoken to has a personal relationship to the Bible. And that's where the fun comes through, isn't it? It's like, oh, this is different. I wonder why. And then you get to know the person and you're like, ah, so this experience has made you think this, and so on and so forth. But Doom, Dr. Doom bus. In a way, we kind of all have faith in something. Yes. Yeah. Law, science, religion, each other. I like the fact you added that, Snow. That's a good one. Because some people don't have faith in science, in the law, but will find their faith in other people and will have a group. And I feel like that's what religion is. Religion isn't an end-all be-all. It's finding your group of people that you can have similar discussions with, similar ideals as well. And it's just like a community. Religion is a sense of community, just like people will find some level of faith in Lego to a degree, all right? Not in the way of I don't want to say this and be comparing Lego to the Bible, but people will have some sort of faith in a Lego community and a sense of belonging. They're not going to look to Lego like a god, but they will find a home in the Lego community, which is quite nice. And I think sets like Doom help. The minifigure, I don't think is... I don't like the hood. The actual minifigure's pretty nice. Printed arms as well. What are we thinking about this hood? What are we thinking? For example, you believe the metric system is more reliable, while others use the dreaded Imperial system. Look, again, not to make it all about Star Wars, but they call it the Imperial system for a reason. But wait, were the Imperials right? Because that attack on the Death Star was not legal. But then the Death Star's a weapon. Oh, you know, back and forth all day long. What are we thinking of Dr. Doom's hood? Do we like it? Do we want to go back to the old one? And why is Doom more terrifying for the bigger hood? The hood's bigger than the last one. The last one we got is, I feel like it's the same size on top, but it's bigger on the bottom. There's an element of faith that the unit of measurement, yeah, everyone has faith in, again, unit of measurement isn't the same faith you'll put in the law or a religion, but it is a level of faith, a level of trust and acceptance as well. You might not agree with everything. You might not like the word kilo, but you still accept the system. It's also because other people use it and it's what's being taught. That's the faith. The faith is an acceptance, an agreement as well as surrounding yourself with other people that use the same thing. I also feel like faith has a different meaning to everyone though, because some people are still today, there are people that growing up, it's like, oh, you must believe in this, otherwise you will be punished for it, and almost blackmailed into believing what they believe. So everyone comes into a point where no matter what it is, you question it. It's like, well, should I? Everyone runs into someone that's disagreed or something that hasn't gone their way and has that moment of, well, should I agree with this? Should I still be thinking this? And that's when faith is really tested. And sometimes faith isn't just believing in it. Faith is knowing when to step away, which is very hard. Very hard. Most people can't. I don't know when to step away from Lego. I'm never stepping away from Lego. I could have all the signs in the world and I would refuse them because I've just got so much enjoyment in these plastic bricks. No chance I'm getting out of here. I'm sticking this for the long ride. Oh, there you go. Free will. That is also faith related as well. Not everyone believes in free will. Not something that people can control. But the hood, come on, Dr. Doom's hood. What are we thinking? I don't like the fact that it's wider at the bottom. That's what I don't like. And I know the bust has a material hood and half of a material cape, half a material robe. I've seen it getting put together because I think that was on an Instagram short as well. They need to upload them to the website. We've got this like shoulder cloth, which looks nice for this. Vader didn't get a shoulder cloth. Wait. Vader didn't get a shoulder cloth, did they? Where's the Star Wars tab? Where's Vader's cape? Oh, is that another piece that's missed out for Vader's upscale? Got a cloak. Oh, it doesn't even make the first page anymore. We've got so many sets. Vader didn't get a cape. Why didn't Vader get a cape? I'm gonna have to get the upscaled figure for a cape now. I mean, not that a small cape would have fit the big thing, but it would have been a start, and then you could have stuck a bit of paper to the back of it, and it would have worked. It would have been all right. It would have been okay. Oh, I like that. I like that. Can't see the wind, but you can see the impact the wind has on things. You could argue wind doesn't exist. You could. There are people that literally, and not in a way that, oh, the wind doesn't exist, the wind doesn't affect me, in a way of wind doesn't exist, wind is the effect it has on things, and it's just air particles moving, you know, and they quantify it a different way. Gets very confusing. It's all semantics. But that is something that happens. And as long as we agree that the wind does affect people, and there are areas struggling with it as well, I don't think it matters what we call it. I think as long as because language barriers as well. So translations, Google Translate, we've all used Google Translate. Own up, we've all used Google Translate. I feel like it's a rite of passage in French class to have used Google Translate, get it out of your system. And Google Translate uses one translation. It really depends on the context for what that word actually means, what that translation is. Google is right often, especially if given some context to the story. Don't get started on AI. Rubbish. Can't use them. But it depends on the context. Can't believe Darth Vader doesn't have a cape. That is lower in this set for me now. I like this more than the Yoda. You know what? It's 0.1. Whatever we gave it, it's 0.1 above the Yoda. Doom, so much better. We also have, though, some more Doomsday sets that were revealed ages ago. I saw these over the weekend, Friday. Or was it Thursday? No, Thursday. Thursday, I think I saw these on Best Buy, which is why we've got the Best Buy images up, because these are officially on the Lego site now. But yes, we can have a little look through the images on Best Buy, starting off with a 45, I think this is £45. I'm going to have to verify the prices because we know they change. Boy, do they change. Let's have a little look. We've got 35, 45, 55. This is like the £45 set. Oh, no. Oh no, 40. Ah, see, we can't see affordable Lego sets. It does not mean it doesn't exist. They are hiding them from us. We know they're in there, Lego. Affordable Lego does exist. They're just not sharing them with the class. They're hoarding them for themselves. We want in. Give us some share, please, please. Let's see what this set has before we critique the £45. So we've got Thing and Doom, 2 of the Brickheads. Let's see if all the Brickheads are in different sets, because I'm assuming they're going to be some of the main characters that don't already exist in Brickhead's form. So Thing's a new Thing from the Fantastic Four set because he's topless and bootless. I don't think he had his feet out in the Fantastic Four Goliath set. Goliath? Galactus, not Goliath. I'm thinking of Goliath the Giant now. Galactus. All that talk of myths. I quite like this jet. It's very Avengers, but also, like, this is a Quinjet. Avengers Doomsday Quinjet. But it also feels very Avengers jet, and like a mix. It feels like, I think it's the detail. We haven't seen a Quinjet that's this packed. And is this a £55 set? No. Is this? I mean, it's got the 4 figures. I'm confused. £55. Like, 4 figures come in a £60 set. And we've got Cyclops, which is a new Cyclops. Oh, the minifigures. Where are the minifigures? Do we not have images of minifigures? I guess we do get a good look here. The Cyclops minifigure looks so good. I don't know if it's a new America as well. I love the wings. Is that not what we did for the wings? With the clip and the bar, because then you can round off the wings. Have they copied our wing design? I was like, let me get up our wing design. What if I search Master Mouldie Falcon wing on Google? Oh, it comes up with the Millennium Falcon. Captain, oh, it's not Falcon. Captain America. Whoops, there we go. It's top, 6th of November, 2024. I'm not going to watch the video. We need the back of the box. That image we don't need. Let's replace that. Look at that. Look at those wings right there in the thumbnail. Oh, it's a short. No, wait, 10 minutes? Originally, this was going to be a short. Oh, I went back. Look at that. That's just like in the cinema. Amazing. We won't be listening to this. I don't even think I've patched through the audio. So this is Lego's wings. I wasn't a fan of these stickers. We got a few more Captain America pieces and ended up building wings. And we transferred the stickers, didn't we? Yes, yes, yes. Show us the wings. Show us the wings. You're going to have to go back and watch this video if you want to see how we did it. But we were able to flip the wings around and show us the front. Show us the front. Look, this is what I mean with the wings. Let me turn off captions. This is what I meant with the wings. You can angle them up, which is more accurate to how they're seen. And then you can curl him up in the ball and get him to go through those tight angles. Oh, look at that. And then do we get to see the front right at the end? All right, compare that to the wings here. New pieces used. I think Lego have gone with a very similar design. They've built it differently. This outside of the wing looks really similar, but how secure was our connection? Oh no, the wings are just higher. No, they're not. The wings are the exact same height. The wings are so similar. I'm so happy that Lego have included... Wait, I've got the video still playing on the other tab. I'm going to go crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 me's on one computer. Should not work. No. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Enjoying some of the conversations in the chat. Thanks for keeping them fairly peaceful, you know? Because it can get out of hand very quickly, this sort of talk. A lot of things based on evidence. A lot of people want a bit of evidence in a world where so much is like artificial, and especially on the internet. believing in evidence on the internet. I've put that I've put that horrible way. You know what I mean? Believing in evidence. Only waiting for facts. That's a better way of saying it. Waiting for facts is a smart thing to do, because there are so many things that are just posted online without too much thought of how they're actually going to affect people, how they're going to affect others. So waiting for the facts and then choosing what to believe in based off that is recommended. Master Mouldie supports that one line of thinking. As opposed to just rushing in head first. Don't do that. That sounds like something I would do, and you don't want to do what I would do. Do as I say, not as I do. Emphasis on that. Got a few more arches and a few more sets to get in. I am very happy that LEGO have chosen to watch, and we know LEGO watch the channel here and there. So what are the odds that LEGO would have put Cap's wings together? I feel like other people would have used that design, and it's become more of a common thing, because I think that was the day Brave New World came out. The turnaround for that was nuts. Still haven't made a video on the Minions. Oh, I forgot about the Minions bricks. They're still on the desk. Second set is, oh yes, there is no, I'm not reading any disrespect in the chat. There's a lot of good discussion, and it's nice to see the community getting along and talking about it. I'd encourage this sort of talk, because if you're not able to talk about this without, you know, dropping into disrespect and that sort of level, then it could be really hard to talk about religion and thoughts and just to share opinions with other people. So nice to see we're all getting along. Oh, I missed a lot of studs. I've already put those pieces away. I'm not getting on with those studs. I don't believe them. I don't believe in them. They'll disappear, right? That's how it works. This is my favorite set out of the three. Well, the next one's good as well, but I kind of want to build all three of these just because I haven't built a Quinn yet. This is, I refuse to say a Sentinel. I think it's meant to be a Sentinel. I think this would be the perfect master mold to go with the Sentinel from the X-Mansion, because this is like twice the height of them. This is Galactus style as well, same size as Galactus. And the fact that we've got a Sentinel that's the same size as Galactus, come on, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So this is for sure going to be a popular set. We've also got a ton of minifigures for what it was 90 quid in the UK. Where was the tab? It's 90 quid. 90 quid in the UK, $100 US, probably 100 euros. Comes with Thor, Doom. Hey, Thor's our minifigure from this one. Thor, Doom, Mystique, Mr. Fantastic, Magneto, and Nightwing. Ninth Brother, Night. That's their name. Nightcrawler. I've already got a Nightcrawler minifigure. And Thor, I suppose. But the others are great. And Doom comes with, look at this. Look at the Doom art, right? We've got Doom with his big green claws, Shadow style. Same ones that we've seen Gambit use as well in that set. In the Gambit used it in, wait, didn't we already have a Gambit minifigure, or was that just in the special Gambit used it for his cards? Maybe that was just in the animated special. Unless we have already seen a Gambit minifigure. We didn't get any Deadpool Wolverine sets. That'd have been the time to do it. We do have some stickers. Maybe they're printed parts because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, but I think this torso's a sticker. The face, we should expect a printed piece. If that's a sticker, that's nuts. I don't think so. Man, I like that. All faith is belief in something. Yeah, it is the belief that makes it faith. Otherwise, it's not faith. It's it's knowledge. Knowledge can be wrong as well. The Jedi didn't really touch on that. The Jedi held knowledge to such a degree, but forgot the fact that knowledge isn't saying something is true. Knowledge is the understanding that that is how it's been experienced by an individual. We're so far with things like science at the minute to know that under certain conditions, people will see things that might not be physically there, but it doesn't make that any less knowledge, any less true to the individual. They've still seen exactly what they've seen at the times they've seen it. So I like that, the belief in something, yeah. This is a good display. The arm and the hand do attach to the Sentinel. There we go, back of the box. I don't know why it's got a third arm. I assumed that this arm would be a replacement. Maybe there's a scene where like an arm is broken and it just grows a new one. Maybe it picks up an arm off the side of the road and uses that instead. Maybe. We're going to have to wait and watch it to find out, which I think is the sad but true answer. We're going to have to wait this one out and see what this Sentinel does in the movie. But I did see this Sentinel in the trailer. Well, not this one exactly, but I did see a Sentinel in the trailer. And I assume this is going to be where Thor and Doom meet, and we've just not seen, or they've censored out some of the other X-Men in the background. Because on the left there, that house could be the X-Mansion. But that's also meant to be... Hold on, wasn't there a little X-Mansion sign on the plaque? Yeah, that's the X-Mansion sign down the bottom left, the Home for Gifted Youth. So this is definitely X-Mansion terrain. There's also some sort of frame, some sort of picture maybe on the back. Was it that piece? Oh, wrong set. No, it's just behind the arch. So assume it... Oh, actually, it might be studded down there. It's just behind, lamppost that way. Yes, so the blue's on the corner. So there's a frame just down on the floor, which is in this image. I think that's Charles Xavier. I think that's Xavier there. A lot of good parts in this as well in terms of accessories. I love the bases. So this is another epic battle after that Spider-Man set that we built, and after the what the one that we didn't build was the Spider-Man 3 set, not Toby Spider-Man 3, Tom Spider-Man 3. Yeah, Spider-Man's confusing. Tom Spider-Man 3 had a battle. The Sandman and then the expansion both had those. I think they were both epic battles. So we've seen a fair few epic battles now. To see a few more maybe in the future. I'm going to put the orange in with a red because we don't have enough red to fill that one. And then these were all in the other drawer. So, oh no, blue. Blue wasn't in the other drawer. Black, grey, tan, all in the other drawer. Not white and light grey. Could you imagine if we put the drawers back and forgot those? Is that all of the plates? Dark tan. There's some more grey. Yeah, that is the lot of them. Until I find another one that has escaped my grasp. And then last few plates, we've got 2s, corners, and 5s, 3s. There is one final set for us to take a look at today, and it is the big one in terms of playsets, $110, or for those of us in the UK, we are looking at £100, $99.99, which is £100. There's no way we can not round that up. Like, no one's counting their pennies that bad, I don't think. Not for Marvel sets, because that penny's going to go... I don't think this is going to be the only set that most people order, but it is a really good set, and we are looking for Gambit. But no Gambit minifigure. Do we not? I swear one of these sets had Gambit, and I guess that doesn't change the fact that none of them do. But no Gambit in this set? What? We do get some Thunderbolts characters that... We didn't get a Thunderbolts Lego set, did we? Or was it so memorable that I've forgotten it? I don't think we got one. I'm going to say we didn't. But this is kind of making up for that. We get Red Guardian. We get... Who's the angry clone face? Is that meant to be Yelena? That looks like Yelena down there with the claws. That looks like an angry clone face, though. We get Bucky with the arm. Now, this is like the new Avengers plus Human Torch, which it's really cool to see Human Torch in this set. And then we got Thing in the other, because they're the different forms missing. And Mr. Fantastic, actually, was in here. They're the figures that we were missing from the Galactus set. So they've kind of filled gaps with Marvel characters, which awesome to see. And we've also got that with the X-Men. There are a few X-Men. We haven't seen too many duplicates. Cyclops and Magneto are probably going to play quite a big part in this. So they've got updated figures that are accurate to the movie. But we also got Nightcrawler, Mystique, which are X-Men figures that we hadn't got up until this set, not for a long time, so, and not officially in this form. So that's pretty cool to be seeing. This is the Avengers Tower. I thought this was the new Avengers Tower, which if you've seen the Doomsday trailer, isn't this a red? Or did I imagine that? Because I thought it was red in the trailer, and it's not red in the set. So now I'm extra confused at just what's going on regarding it. What's going on with the X? Oh, that's the wrong tub. Oops. Anyway, oh wait, where are those? All right, let me put these away so I can free my hand and grab these elements, because they go in that drawer. Awesome. That puts most of them away. These go in the little drawer. These are in the bar. These I think are Technic. I don't remember where they go. Pretty sure they're Technic. And these are the furthest pieces. Even the authors being like ghostwriters are interesting, because George Lucas, we said earlier, ghostwrote A New Hope. Like the fact that people can be paid to ghostwrite, I guess it's the same as paying, like it's the same as paying someone to do anything that looks like it was you that did it. Got a black towel. I'm going to put that way after the stream, because I don't think there's anything else that goes in that drawer. A 100 years is a very long time. Imagine waiting 100 years for a Lego set. Like, imagine waiting 100 years for anything. That is a lifetime. That is a crazy long time. The Avengers Tower is a nice alternative to some of the bigger sets. We've just got the Bugle recently for the Spider-Man wave. Although I say that and now I can't find the Bugle. We've got Spider-Man versus Hulk. And the search feature doesn't work. Where's the Bugle? The Daily Bugle. It's under Marvel, and it is a new set. This is a nice alternative to the expensive one. It's £100, but it's a big building. Any smaller and we'd get an architecture set of the New York skyline, which would look sick for Marvel, by the way. But I really like this. It's also a new take on the Daily Bugle, which is the same for the Avengers Tower. It's a new take on the Avengers Tower. I think we've seen the tower in a playset form before. Not for a long time, but we have seen it done. And this spins a new take and makes it more affordable than the big set. If you want the Avengers Tower from Doom, it's £100. It's a lot of money, but it's not as much as the big one, which is really what kids are wanting. And us collectors, if we've got more than one theme that you're interested in, or you picked up more than one set recently, oh, look at that, 2x3. So I guess I will be paying a visit to that black tile drawer. Well, 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 what have we here? More mist tiles, huh? There you go, stay down. Hello there, Ninjago fan. Didn't get notified for the stream. Oh, YouTube, I'm gonna have a word with them. Can't believe they didn't notify you. They kind of were fixing that, and then I think they got a bit distracted and it broke again. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Maybe we all need multiple accounts, and if you have like 5 accounts, at least one of them will get a notification. Don't do that. That is the long way around. Hopefully notifications on. I think you can also change up how many notifications you get. It might be worth taking a look at the channel page, seeing if you've got all notifications ticked, or if maybe it's customized to only give you a handful of streams. And 2x2s are a dunzo. In the grand scheme of things, oh, they are big words. The grand scheme means something different in every conversation, though. Grand scheme. Oh, lightsaber. Oh, a piece of candy. The minifigure, the Human Torch looks amazing. What is the hand accessory on the Human Torch? Because that's trans orange, but that's got a stud at the end. Are they flame elements with a stud? Do get a closer look at that. There's a behind the scenes. We'll see that in a sec. What sort of pieces are they? They look similar to the Doom hands, but they've got studs on the end. Wait, we've seen those before. I'm pretty sure, if not Ghost Rider, someone else has. It's Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider in the small set has had them transparent orange hand flame with bar. They've shown up in the Philosopher's Stone Collector's Edition, the Ghost Rider motorcycle, the Shield Heli Carrier, the almost MIDI scale set from this year, the Halloween Skull Candle, they're on top. And then the Doomsday New Avengers Tower set. So it's the New Avengers Tower. Does look pretty new. And there's the interior. We've got a little newsroom where they're all hanging out on their fancy double table. A meeting room where Bucky can chill. We've got a reception downstairs, and then a drinks bar up top. That's a drinks bar. You could, I mean, it's got some lasers on it. It might look like a Doom lab, and maybe I think Doom bought the tower. I've said that since Spider-Man. I think it was Doom that purchased the tower, and well, Doom, you know, that purchased the tower, and that's what I'm sticking by. Hello there. This looks like a good set for 100. I like all the posability. It comes with only 6 minifigures. Wait, no, 6 is good. We were saying 8 for 160, weren't we? 6 minifigures is good for 100. We've spoken about so many sets. Thankfully, having spoken about them, I feel like I can clear my mind of most of them now and take a look at some of the newer sets that will be coming out at the end of the year. Festive sets, some of the more exciting, well, more exciting, yeah, some of the more exciting ones. I don't know, there's some really exciting ones that are coming out. I'm excited for any more of these Marvel buildings because the Daily Bugle and the Avengers Tower ain't the only sets that we can get like this. There are so many buildings in Marvel, and maybe we could get some in DC. I'm not saying an Arkham Asylum for £100 is something that I'd want to see, because the Arkham Asylum that's come out, I think is good enough. And £100 Arkham Asylum wouldn't be this building. It would be the front of the Arkham Asylum, and that's about as close as we're getting to any sort of Arkham ship. So I think we take what we're given. We've only got a few pieces left. I don't even know where these go to put away, including these door rails. You go in a tub, so you'll be last. You're all Technic, but you are almost a Technic brick. Counts. See ya. And then you're on the back, right? Sweet. The ball joint, who knows where that goes? That goes in the mystery tub. And I'm going to whack these pieces in the random Technic drawer, which is really where they belong. Go into your cousin's caravan tomorrow for the day, and on Friday you go into your auntie's for a holiday for the weekend. You don't think you'll be able to see any streams? Don't worry about it. Enjoy. Have fun. Have fun. At least you'll be back for, I don't know if there'll be a stream on Saturday or Sunday. Saturday's good. Yeah, Sunday's Saturday's good. Yeah, there'll be a stream on Saturday because there is an event as well. So we could time our R2 code in with a Droid Tycoon event and maybe catch a bit more of that. That was fun last time. Now that we're not trying to stream 4K 60 onto a 1080-30 stream, it should be able to run a little bit smoother, you'd hope. But we'll see about that. We will see on Saturday. Hope to see you there. Enjoy. There we go. And then beams, I'm going to put them away. Oh, you know what? Let's clear the desk. Any other new sets that have come out since? Anything that LEGO are hiding from us? 90 products, I think, is what there was. And we've got these Smart Play sets coming out Saturday. Oh, coming out in a few days' time, the Pokemon Smart Play sets. I'm hoping with the Smart Play sets that I can see them in person, because there is a chance that they're so much better than the Star Wars ones. And they don't, I wouldn't say the Star Wars ones suck, but they're not great. They're in the middle ground somewhere. So if the Pokemon sounds are impressive, maybe Star Wars comes back with a second wave and they fix all of the sounds that they had. And we're not going to forget about it. We will always remember how the sounds were when we first heard them. That's not something that LEGO can change ever. But if they're better the second time around, we spoke about reviews. I'm going to keep the screen up just for a second and we'll scroll through some of the others. But we spoke about reviews and how LEGO have been making them look good, making themselves look a bit better than maybe they should be. And maybe they are, based on public opinion, at least what we see on the internet, which again is also skewed. Can't forget that. And I do think it's hurting them. We said about LEGO removing some of the bad reviews means people get their hopes up and then get a set that might not be 5 stars out of 5 as they expected it to be. And they do need to show some of the criticism for the smart bricks for similar sets. Otherwise, there is going to be this level of disappointment. But flip it on its head. Imagine getting a smart play set. It's not what you think it is. It was, you know, pretty subpar. And then you get a second set and it's amazing. That's going to do the opposite. You're probably going to buy a third set and a fourth set. So if they can come out with a really strong second wave, I think I can still be convinced that smart play can be good. That smart play can be really good as well, not just decent. We're talking about a fun feature. But there's a few things they're going to have to change. They're going to have to, I said we'd keep that up, so we'd look through. There's Advents and Halloween stuff we've already taken a look at. There's what I'd need from Smart Play for them to come out the other side and look a bit better than they have so far, which isn't good. They're not starting off on a great foot, I have to say. They're starting off a bit worse for wear. They'd have to fix the audio so that the synthesizer can run a few more sounds. I think it's just a case of they haven't played around with it enough. It's new to LEGO, just like it is to us. This isn't something that LEGO have been working on from the last few years, at least. That's not the way it seems to be. Not the way they've shown us. They don't seem to have had the experience in it. It seems to be very, very new to them. Where are the 2x4s? There should be a bag. So if they can sort out the sounds and have it playing a bit better. Oh, here's the bag. And also, I think releasing the original trilogy sets hurt. Because original trilogy is something so well loved and so well known. LEGO assumed they couldn't go wrong. And what they actually found is people know the sound of 3PO. Know the sound R2-D2 makes. Know the sound that all these characters make like the back of their frickin' hand. Like, we have all watched the original trilogy so much. It's also been on in the background so many times that we've memorized the sounds. Even if we didn't want to, we know exactly what they're like, which pitches they take, which octaves they jump in. And LEGO didn't count for that. They just thought, oh, people love that, they're going to love this. Actually, it's harder to please people that have already, you know, fallen in love with one version of something. because you can't change their mind on it. You can't introduce them to something new and expect them to fall for it. Lego learnt this the hard way. I sat back and watched, and now I'm talking about it. But it's made it very hard. It has made it very hard for Lego to push through with it, because then they got met with quite a strong resistance to them. And of course, there were people just moaning for the sake of it, because it's Lego, and we've seen that's what people do now. Very not cool of them. Constructive criticism. Come on, Lan. Constructive criticism, where it at? Smart Play's got an opportunity. I think the second set, which there will be a second wave, Smart Bricks meant to be sold separately next year. So I'm assuming, wait, hold on. Open it properly. I'm assuming we'll get another wave of Star Wars in the new year. I also think it will be later. I think it'll either be on May, or it will be for the June, July, like summer holidays, kids out of school. Because Smart Play going into May and then no new play sets for May, that was a poor choice. I wonder if there was a second wave of Smart Play in May and it was all like sequel trilogy sets. Imagine straight up sequel trilogy, and it's like the topless ATST and the funny ones. It's the sets that weren't too popular first time around. Is anyone going to see the Spider-Man Brand New Day movie? Yes, over the weekend I will be seeing it. So Monday's stream will be Spider-Man themed. Hey, that rhymed. And if you've seen the movie by then, check it out. If not, stay tuned, and you'll be able to come back and watch it on demand. That'll be a publicly available stream. Because we've got the strap on the right side of the robot, do I put this clip on the right side because that's where the focus is, or do I balance it out by including it on the left? And I am going to try and find a second one of these. Hopefully, I think that's the way it went, right? Or was it backwards? Wait now, I'm going to have to bring up an image of Star Wars. Search newest or recommended, but we'll be scrolling forever. We saw that Lego do not recommend us the Hut Sentry droid, and it is pointing outwards. It was green where we put the grey and yellow on the other side. Do I have another? I might look for that either tonight or tomorrow morning, but that is the first level. I forgot how long this takes, and it takes us like a full, I think we did 2 levels last time, but that next level is quite packed. So first level down. I might do a little bit more of this tomorrow if I've got like an hour free, so I won't take too much away from it. But next Tuesday, we will be back taking a look at all of those and any new sets that may have. Actually, next Tuesday, there's not going to be a stream. It's going to be the Tuesday after. So we'll take a little look at 11th of August. That's halfway through already. So there'll be no more... No, there'll be no more. There will be Tuesday streams. Whoa. If you want to stay tuned with all the streams that will and won't be happening, I have events timed over in the public Discord. You can join that. The link is on the homepage of the channel. And we hang out. There's a few haul streams. People post their builds and have a lot of fun. Similar to the community if you are over on Discord. But that will be all for today. I appreciate the... level of calm in the conversation, and it didn't just sprawl out into fighting and how chats usually go. So thank you for staying cool and calm and collected, and we can continue that talk in 2 weeks time on another Tuesday stream. The next stream will be scheduled very shortly. If you want to stick around and bookmark it, I'll be doing that in the next couple of minutes. And that will be on Thursday, where we'll be playing the Battle of Hoth board game. So again, chat versus me with a rematch of the Battle of Hoth. And there's a spin. There's another Battle of Hoth that I'll be introducing. It's not a Battle of Hoth. It's a Battle of the Death Star. You get a sneak peek before the video. Stay tuned until then. Thank you all so much for watching. Appreciate it. Definitely a good chat. Yes. Hope you have a good evening. Thank you, Snow Blizzard. Thanks. Thanks, Moonshoes. And thank you, Nathaniel, as well, for all, and Ninjago fan. A lot of you. Thank you all. And until next time, may the bricks be with you always.